Here we are live on YouTube.
Can anyone hear music fine?
It should be good. I did do some...
I should turn this lower. There we go.
Alright, how is it? Hear us fine on every platform? Mysel, hello.
Hey,
welcome in
Mysel.
both chats. Cyber. Hello.
Hey, Grandma.
Christina's grandma. Hello. How is everybody doing? Hello, hello. How is everything? Can you hear us fine?
NBZ's here. Kritcan says music is good. That's
Welcome.
good.
So, how is everybody doing today? Hello, Dahlia. Hope you're doing good. So, tutorials and stuff today?
Yep, tutorials and stuff. I'm kind of just working on this while we wait for more people. Hey, Covito. Still trying to figure out this hand.
Coffee. Hello, Sunzy. It's Diddle Dally.
Oh, Diddle Dally. Okay,
so
okay.
another name change. I probably will not remember, but just keep reminding us. Hey, every day. How are you doing? How's the audio? Are any of our mods here yet? I need to, oh, that's what I need to do. I have to go on the Discord server to content updates and go... There we go.
Hey, little Miss Blessed by God.
Hello.
I don't know. Something about your username is just really nice. I like it. It's fun. It's fun to say.
Yep. So how's everybody doing today? Feeling good? What should we cover today?
Oh, let me just open up a new canvas. There we go. Okay. My Yijun Cup brush. Where the heck is it? Okay, there it is. Topics.
What kind of stream is this going to be? An educational stream. We're going to be teaching some stuff. How's the audio, microphone, everything like that? Sounds good?
Maybe I'll do a little doodle on the side so it keeps people entertained. Maybe we'll do a little Mickey.
Looks good on my end. Best teachers ever. Hello,
Aww.
Fox. Mods, do you want to send me the live? Actually, Fox is ahead of the curve.
Braids. Okay, braids. Undead Sister says braids. I like it.
Let me see. Is that it? Yup. Sounds like that's the right microphone. Sorry, we got a bunch of stuff going on. I completely rewired everything and cleared off the desk, so we've got all this space. I got a second monitor here on my left where I can monitor the streams, and then I got both of y'all chats here. Audio is on point, sounds good. Simple expressions.
Simple expressions.
Hello, NVZ. So, Cynthia, hello. VO, hi.
VO.
3C boy hair, please.
3C boy hair.
Can we learn about perspectives? Y'all want to learn about perspectives today? That might be a Colton thing.
I'll put it on the list.
Write that down?
I'll write it down the list.
Hey, Danny draws how to put emotions into faces.
So that'll be in simple expressions.
I did lasso art. It's my first time doing lasso art. Awesome.
Oh, that's fun.
I joined your 12-hour stream. Sounds awesome. I hope you had a good time there.
4C hair. So I feel like a lot of this will kind of be all together. So I'll probably do braids, hair, and 3C, 4C hair in one topic.
Maybe we'll stop for now and open up more things to talk about later.
Sure.
We'll be playing Roblox or Minecraft after tonight's stream. I'm probably gonna hop on Minecraft for a little bit. I do want to announce to everybody here, we finally have a community Minecraft server for Anime Academy. And it is up and live, and I think like 50 people can join. So it is live and up. I have not built out the spawn area or anything, but yup, it happened. It is actually happened.
Ooh.
So if you want to get whitelisted in the server, meaning you're allowed to join, go to the channel. So it is only Java right now, but there is a plugin that I found that will allow Bedrock to play on it. Fortnite server win. And I'll be looking into that pretty soon. So it looks like it's pretty easy to install.
I love that name.
It's only Java right now. So I want to get the spawn area built out. I want to get some, some of that stuff in place, and then we'll start playing. But the server is open and you can get whitelisted. Go to the channel in the Discord server. And it's called like whitelist or Minecraft whitelist. It has like a white button or a white circle. Minecraft movie? I don't know if I'm gonna see it.
Oh, there's a Minecraft movie? Wow.
Did you get my message? I don't know. We get a lot of direct messages. I don't really respond to any of them unless they're asking for the Discord invite.
I think I'm pretty
Hi,
up today.
Beaver.
Hey, Beaver.
Yeah, we get a lot of messages. We don't have time to respond to all of the DMs and stuff that we get. Stardust, hello.
Hey, Stardust.
Hey, C, is that it? SI3?
Oh, yeah, C. Yeah, like CNSC.
Yes.
I remember.
Lurv.
Okay, we'll do this for now.
Watching on TikTok and YouTube, awesome.
Sweet.
How do you drop so quick?
Oh, a lot of practice. I drove this like 10 million bajillion times at this point. So, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna cover hair first because we've got a lot of hair topics today. So we'll do braids, we'll do hair, we'll do 3C and 4C hair for guys as well as for girls. Let me actually just tie my hair real quick because my hair's gonna get distracting.
Serious mode on.
Yeah, lock-in mode.
Might do weekly challenges, Beaver. Awesome.
Ooh.
I'm not
really
Fox.
fun.
Thanks for sharing the live. Unless you just shared it to us again. You sure did. You little sneak. Madeline Franco, thank you for the share. Dogman movie releasing as well. Oh man.
So right now all I'm doing is just drawing a bunch of hairlines, which is kind of like a swim cap and a bicycle helmet, but it's like a flat bicycle helmet. You're kind of just like tracing over. Gotta make sure that on TikTok it looks okay.
Oh, I wanted to ask you guys. I think I figured out why the stream was lagging. Do you see any lag? Any choppiness at all? Like when I wave my hand in front of the camera or when I do this? Do you see any choppiness?
We're just checking for quality.
Nope. Yes!
What?
I fixed it. I figured out what the problem was. Tiny frame skips. Okay, that should be okay. It was really bad before.
Hey, Yuma. All right, so let me think. So someone asked like, oh, what's the best way to learn how to draw? And someone actually answered practice, which I think, yes, practice for sure. I think a lot of it is a lot of the drawing exercises and a lot of muscle memory. So the more you draw, the more you'll have muscle memory. So you won't get good after the 30th or 50th time that you draw. It's more like after millions and millions of drawings. Well, that's what just kind of drawing is like, right?
Fox says, "Kay, so are you gonna let us? So are you gonna share how you fixed it?" It had to do with some playback thing. It was like OBS stores the memory of the stream, so you can like clip stuff, and it causes the vertical streaming app to glitch, and I just deactivated it. It's not exciting, but it is very exciting for me because we're not glitching anymore.
Why is this? I need to turn my stabilization on a little bit higher. My
Consistency over how to improve. Yeah, I mean, consistently doing the right things. I mean, if you can think about it in terms of the gym, right? If you're going to the gym and you're lifting stuffed animals consistently for a really long time, probably not going to get very strong. If you're going to the gym consistently
lifting heavy
and you're doing like
weights.
okay work, then you're definitely going to get stronger. If you go to the gym consistently and you're doing really, really high quality strength training, you're going to get a lot stronger. So it's like consistency is absolutely essential, 100%. And then I would say the quality of practice is kind of like a multiplier.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that? It's like consistency is like...
It's like compounding.
Yeah, consistency is like, 1. And then the quality of practicing is like, 1 to 10. And so it's like, if you do really good practice, it's like a multiplier. So if good practice would be like 10.
Folds actually do work similarly to this, by the way. But yeah.
And then so if you do this like 100 times, then that's 100 times 10 or 1 times 100, which is the difference between 1,000 and 100. Not the math equations. It's just it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Getting good at drawing is a numbers game. Do good practice for thousands of hours,
At least it's useful.
and you're an amazing artist. It's very basic.
So I just drew this little diagram right here, and someone said that that they thought they were folds, which, I mean, I don't blame you for thinking it's folds, but I'm more thinking about this as hair. Folds can definitely work in the same way if it's like pleats, by the way. So maybe we'll get into clothes later, but for now we're doing hair because hair is fun. So yeah, if you want to draw hair and you want to draw it nicely, think of it as kind of like a fluffy helmet. It's not... Whoa, what?
What are you doing?
Ooh,
What happened?
the quick menu came up for some reason.
Did something get pressed?
I don't know. I don't think so. Either way, I'll just continue. A lot of it is not just drawing flat on flat, and you're not just like tracing over the head like this, because that leads to very sterile looking hair. You really want to add volume, especially for anime hair. By the way, you can if there's any questions, you can interrupt me, Colton, in chat.
It's all good. Just hey Jazzy, how you doing? Good to see you back. Lazy Greed, hello.
Hey.
Zigo, hi. Hope you're doing good. What time on Friday will you go live to review the challenges? It's same time as always, 4 p.m. Pacific.
So one thing that I noticed with short hair, especially like bangs and stuff, is actually the curve is a lot more shorter. So you'll actually see that for longer hair, the curve is more like an S shape, like this. But with shorter hair, it actually comes out more like a little C curve. The shorter and more like messier the hair is, the more you'll see like a bouncier texture. So a lot of people like to experiment with like these kind of curves, especially if the hair is very springy. And it's very short, right? That's why you'll see like in Sailor Moon type hairstyles, the curves are very, very bouncy, very round.
How do you draw
like
eyes
that.
from an angle? We could cover that.
We cover that. I can write that
Because
down.
I like that. The sheet of paper thing. We'll probably actually make a YouTube video on that as well.
Yes, we're planning to make YouTube content pretty soon.
Yes, YouTube content is currently being planned out. Skate Dude, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Sua Forever, thank you for the follow as well. Oshi, thanks for the follow.
That probably sounded like.
Hey guys, guess what? My mom said I can get to Chibi class. Miley said,
Nice,
awesome.
Miley. Ah!
Super awesome. You'll love it.
I think you will.
Yeah.
I think your art's gonna slay with the chibi course. So actually, you'll notice that with hair as well, there's also like little mounds for each group of hair strands. So I don't like drawing hair in terms of strands. I like drawing hair in terms of groups. Because if you look at like my hair, for example, you'll actually see not a lot of individual strands. You actually see like one section.
Would you draw shoes? Can you put on there?
I can put it on there. I'm not the best at drawing shoes, but I'll try my best. Shoes. Oh, I love this song.
Yeah, it's good. Let me turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up for us. So same thing goes for the rest of the hair. A lot of overlaps, a lot of ribbons, just overlapping ribbons on top of each other and over the scalp. See, there's the front, the side, and then the back. And if you want the back to be a lot longer, you're gonna have to draw more S-curves towards the bottom. So for straight hair like this, it actually, if you like put your hair down, the hair flows along the hair, and then as it leaves along the head, sorry, and as it leaves the head, it's going to become more of an S-curve like this. And it's going to appear a little bit looser. Kind of just does whatever it wants later on. But it still has a nice flow.
Stream looks pretty good on YouTube.
Oh, that's good.
So,
and, go ahead.
I did want to say really quick, we are live on both YouTube and TikTok right now. YouTube, you have the ability to rewind the stream as you watch it. So if you miss something, you can actually rewind live to what we just talked about. So if you miss stuff, go to YouTube and rewind. Otherwise, these are always going to be available as VODs on our main YouTube channel now, since we're streaming on there.
Yep. Hair can also work with, different type, or like these ribbons can also work with different types of bang styles. If you want like longer bangs, technically, bangs are just long hair that's just cut short and it frames the face.
YouTube, here I come. What's your channel name? It's the same exact name, Draw Anime Academy.
It's right here.
So it is that. We're gonna get a new card with only the top one because this channel is being retired because now we stream on our main channel.
This one right here, the top one.
Draw Anime Academy.
Yep.
And we're live. It's actually a much larger stream as well. There's a completely different layout.
Oh, I wonder
why is it so dim?
I don't know why it's so dim.
There it goes. Here we are. That's the stream on YouTube.
Ain't it cute? Oh, thank you for the follow. The Alpha and
So, yeah.
Andrew.
That's what we look like. TikTok. This is what I heard. TikTok is basically given a choice whether they have to sell or not. There's basically a 50-50 chance whether they're going to have to sell. And if they do have to sell, they're taking their algorithm with them. So that means that TikTok is going to stay around no matter what. But if they have to sell, they're taking what makes their algorithm amazing and bringing it with them. So TikTok's probably just going to gradually decline over time in quality. And Christina and I have always wanted to move to YouTube. It's just a little kick in the butt that finally got us working on YouTube.
Decision. Yeah.
2024 was actually supposed to be our YouTube year.
Your YouTube era, but
we started streaming instead.
Yeah.
And so now 2025 is actually our YouTube era. OMG, that hair looks way too good.
Aw, thank you. I love drawing this hairstyle, so I draw it all the time. A lot of it, I think, is understanding a lot of S-curves, like what S-curves look good. I think hair is like a story, right? Hair is kind of like there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. So if you can... See, there goes that thing again. Oh, I see.
What?
If I squeeze the pen, there's like this kind of touch sensor that pulls up the quick menu, which I never knew about.
Well, that's actually pretty useful.
Yeah, although not when I don't need it right now, because...
Wow.
Sorry, we got a new pen.
We got, we're actually drawing on a new iPad.
Yeah, we got a personal iPad for this thing, so.
Yeah, actually, this is the cool thing. We're not going from Christina's iPad anymore, which means that this is a new Discord.
Yep.
This is Anime Academy Discord, and so this is a new iPad that is its own streaming iPad.
Teach how to draw certain bangs. I can add that into the list.
What pen are you using? Do you mean the brush or the Apple Pencil? Probably the brush, right?
The brush that I use is in the linky in our profile. You can actually get it for free there. If you click on it.
So if you want the brush, go to our profile. For YouTube, it's actually going to be the description of the video itself. I went ahead and put the link on there. Yep. So YouTube is actually better because in the video itself, whole new Discord, no, a Discord account for the iPad.
Yeah.
It's not on Christina's personal account anymore.
Yep, the 13-inch.
So if you're on YouTube, in the description, there's all your links. Way better than TikTok.
it's a lot easier to get to there.
But on TikTok, if you go to our profile, there's going to be a link there, and the download is on that. What app do you use? Because I use Clip Studio. It's Procreate.
Procreate. So you can see here that I just drew a bunch of curls. And I like to actually think of hair like designing a slide. So if your hair kind of just looks like this, and it's very even, it would not be a very fun slide to ride because it's not very like dynamic. So just kind of imagine that whenever you're drawing like a nice hair strand or just any kind of like wavy hair, think of like a slide. You know, how is this person going to travel from point A to point B, which is at the bottom? Is there going to be like a rapid acceleration and then it curls off into swirls? You know, that could be a fun way to think about it. That's kind of how I like to think about it because a lot of what I draw is very intuitive, so it's really hard for me to like explain exactly what I do. A lot of it's just more like the feel. So I think if you can simplify it to kind of an experience, like how's the eye gonna travel down the hair, it might work a little bit better. And this also works with, it also just works with any type of hair, like curly hair, like 4C curly hair. 4C curly hair is basically just like a little macaroni shape. Well, there's some types. It's very coily, but you'll actually notice that there's a lot of roundness in a cylinder, and then it kind of falls off into like a little piggy tail, like that. And that's another way that you can think of a slide, right? A lot of curls inside, and then it loosens a little bit at the end. Then there's also the type that is a little bit looser, a little bit more coily at the top, and then it gets a little bit looser at the ends. Do you have any tips for better anatomy? We might cover that. I can write it down for now. We have a lot of topics right now, but I will write it down. Anatomy tips.
Anatomy tips. Okay, couple questions. Is there age restriction for your Discord? Nope, there is not. Nope, we aim to make our Discord just a really inviting and friendly place. We have all swearing turned off, so if someone swears, the bot automatically removes it. It doesn't give you like a warning or anything. It just, you can't. It doesn't let you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of art share channels. It's really fun. If you want to join our Discord server, you can go to the link on our profile and join there. Or if you can't see the link on our profile, go ahead and send us a direct message on TikTok asking for the invite, and I'll send that to you. And as for YouTube, TikTok was such a good place to grow, but YouTube is so much better for audience. Yeah, TikTok is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's difficult to describe how good TikTok is because this doesn't have anything to do with drawing, but it's like an all-in-one platform. It's amazing for content creators and business owners. It has really bad CPM. What? Don't join the Discord if you're 4 months old because you don't know how to spell yet. Yes, Vio.
So here I'm just drawing some 4C hair. This can work for both guys and girls.
What if you can't do both? Both what? Like both ways to get to the Discord server? We have a link that you can put into your browser.
We do.
It says I need a phone number to send message on Discord and I don't have one. I can manually add you. If you're in the Discord server, if you're in the Discord server, you joined and it says you need a phone number, I can manually give you privileges if you want to tell me your Discord name.
So this is drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok. If you cannot get to the link in our profile, you just type this in your browser, and you'll be able to get
Take a screenshot of this, and then type it into your browser.
Yep.
And the Discord invite is on that page. So everybody here who has a phone should have a browser. You can type that in directly.
Guys, I got a new drink. It's a chocolate drink with cinnamon in it. Doesn't look pretty?
But if you join the Discord and it says you need a phone number, go ahead and let me know your Discord username and I'll just manually give you the role. It's just so a bunch of bots don't join our server and spam.
Yep. So I just drew an Afro really quick. This is great for 4C hair. This is also great for both guys and girls because honestly, guys and girl hair can really just be for anything. Like you can have like wavy hair on a guy and it'll look great. It just really depends on what you want to do. So I would say that there's masculine type of hairstyles and then there's more feminine types of hairstyles, but either way would work great for any gender. That's why I'm teaching more general how to draw.
We had a Naomi join our Discord.
We got a Naomi?
Yeah.
Yay!
If you're Naomi and you're in the
I'm gonna
chat.
show y'all. This is okay. I need to find that. I kind of rearranged. This is Naomi ROC. If you're new, this is what we think of Naomi whenever we see a Naomi. But anyway, so we're biased towards names. that are similar to our OCs, or just basically the same as our OCs. But anyways.
I don't see you in the Discord server. Averaxi.
Thank you, Sarah.
Make sure you join today, and I can manually add you.
Guys, I'm Naomi.
Guys, I'm Naomi. Yes.
Nice.
Made me nervous. No, we're super happy.
No, we're like anytime we see a character, we see someone that has the same name as our OCs, we get like super excited. It's just so much fun. So if you're drawing an afro, a lot of the time you actually won't see the individual curls because it's also dense. It's basically like looking at Velcro in a way, or looking at a very dense bush. You don't see every individual leaf in the bush, but you see the overall mass of the bush and the silhouette. So I teach this a lot, and so it's really fun for me to draw. A lot of time when you are drawing afros or any curly hair like this, it's very erratic. The texture on the outside is very, it's not the same or smooth all around. It's a lot of variation. So you'll see like a large bump, a small bump right next to it, a medium bump, so on and so forth.
It said page not found for me for Discord. What was the solution to that again?
Oh.
You need to open it in the Discord app. So you like copy the link, the invite link, and you paste it into the Discord app itself.
Yep.
Or you can also paste it into like Safari or your web browser.
Another thing that you can do is overlap. So like think of like a shrub. There's one layer of hair, or a second layer of hair, and a third layer of hair, and you'll actually notice that this kind of stair-stepping effect. That's overlaps. So you can also apply this into afros, where you can just see here, I just put a little front section on the hair right here, and I put in a background to show more context and volume.
That's cute. My parents call me Nikki. It's my nickname for me to them. That's nice. I like that name.
That's cute. I like that.
Kind of like Miki.
Yeah. Miki.
Yeah.
Miki. It's cute.
Bold Rebellion, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if you have difficulty getting the right role in the server, just let me know your Discord username and I can manually add you the role. But otherwise, go to the verify channel, the one with the green circle, and click that check mark. It should give you the role.
Kat says, I'll change my name to Miki so Colton will favor me.
Oh, brother.
That's manipulation.
That's straight up manipulation. NVZ, hey, could you manually verify me? Yeah, if you want. You have to make sure you're in the server, and then let me know your username.
So here...
That's ridiculous, Kat. How dare you? That's such a good idea.
That's
Hello,
such a good idea.
Chun Chu. Yeah, we need to have Mickey take over the world. Hello, Snaz. Hey, Melky. Broker Plushie. Hello.
Hello.
Got attacked by a spider.
Oh, no. I hope you're okay.
Villain Simp. Hello.
Hey, Villain Simp. So here I'm working with another type of curly hair, which is probably between 3C and 4C. It's kind of in the middle. 3C is sort of similar to this, where it's kind of coily, but it's very like fluffy. And that can be really difficult to draw for a lot of people. So what I'm focusing on a lot right now is silhouette. I'm thinking about overall silhouette shape of the hair, and I'm gonna fill everything else inside of it. A lot of it is just trying to be efficient when you're drawing hair. Because hair can be very overwhelming. So it's almost like think big, then small. Broad, and then detailed. And you'll see that when I'm drawing each curl, I'm thinking, okay, what's the experience that, you know, a little tiny person is gonna have on the hair? Are they gonna go like, woo, and they're gonna fly off, and then they're gonna come back? You know, so once again, thinking of like the slide concept. I've used IBIS Paint for so long, I switched to Procreate a few months ago. I hope, how is that doing for you, Naomi?
NVZ, I see ya.
NVZ, great.
All right, I give you the roll.
The buttons and functions in Procreate confuse me. Yeah, that's why I only just use the brush and the eraser, and then that's all I use. And then some layers. Just 1 or 2 layers, and it's just really fun. I'm trying to draw a more dynamic pose than I usually do. Nice, Dahlia. Can't wait to see that. I think you'll slay on that. Thank you, Raid, for following. So anyways, I think about the silhouette first. And a lot of times you'll actually see me doing this over and over again, especially for more complicated hairstyles, is I always think about silhouette first, and then I think about details later. Because that's just gonna make it so that you're not gonna lose your mind. Another thing that I like to do is I like to focus detail on different areas of the face. So like if I want the face to be my focal point, I make most of the detail around the face. Like having the actual curls like go in towards the face like this. Or and there, like that.
We have a Discord.
Yep.
Yep, it's in the link on our profile. The invite is on there. Oh, someone asked about color theory last time. Who was the one that asked about color theory? We were going to cover that this time, weren't we?
Yeah, I can write it down.
Let me know in chat.
Color theory.
And maybe I could cover a couple things today if you want.
Sure, I'd love to.
I need to start teaching more on stream.
I think it's a very nice fresh air whenever you teach. So most of the detail in this hair is actually going to be pretty simple. It's mostly, oh my goodness, I need to get rid of this.
Wait, is that the same profile picture? Are you Yunya's face?
Hey Tiffany.
Another Colton lesson. Hey, if you want it, I want to see Colton teach.
A lot of people love seeing Colton teach.
Real treat.
So I'm actually going to leave most of the detail in the hair like pretty simple, but then towards the bottom or towards the area where it's closer to the face or towards the end, I actually add more detail. And then I also add like little hatch marks or S-curves inside. And that gives more context. And then here, where the hair kind of goes into the scalp, I add a little bit more detail as well by showing where it's coming into the hairline. There we go.
Let's see, I got a mix of that and coily curly hair.
Yeah.
Why do I always imagine like Australians have kind of like curly hair?
I don't know.
I guess just a lot of them in my experience have.
I never
Maybe my roommate Dennis.
Oh, okay. Maybe that is association.
Yeah. Got the Discord, it worked with the YouTube link. Nice, Sierra. I believe I added you. I think you had the same profile picture, so I gave you the role. Going to explode. Mullets.
Mullets?
How about an attractive mullet called a wolf cut? Chrissy, what are you drinking? Chalky milk.
Chocolate milk with some cinnamon inside of it. So, yeah. I'm not going to talk about the recipe, but it's very good.
Would always love to hear more about color theory. I love it. Lure says, be careful what you wish for, guys. I wish you would make sense. Guys, can I get a please?
Kayla.
I think I got the Discord. Nice.
So someone actually talked about, asked to do multiple bang styles, so I'll do multiple bangs.
Talk about drawing necks. Necks is a really good, really good one.
I gotta think about how I'm gonna describe necks. I'll write that down. Necks.
Didn't really see too many people with curly hair when I was in Melbourne, to be honest. If anything, super loose curls. I never visited Australia. It's just, for some reason, all the Australians I've met had kind of curly hair.
So I'm just going to do 3 types because I could go on and on about multiple bangs, but most of the time it's more about where they part and how long you want them to be.
Hairline.
Hairline, yeah. A lot of it is following the hairline and making sure that your hair isn't starting too low or too high. But once again, this depends on like whatever your style that you want. If you want a character with a large forehead and very short bangs, you know, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Or if you want like just really long bangs that cover the entire face, that's totally fine as well.
Best teachers ever.
Thank you.
I'm gonna find you, Lurv. Lurv, when she finds you, you're cooked. Renee, hello, welcome back.
Renee.
Luna, hi, welcome back. A lot of people returning. Good to see ya. Hello, chat. Hello, 12. Hope you've been doing good.
I realize that if I'm drawing at an angle like this, my drawings will look like tilted, and it's kind of weird. It's like a perspective change.
How do you know where to start the hairline? That's a really good question.
That is a good question. So, how do I explain this? I usually find the brow line first, or like I usually find the hairline based on like the relativity of like my features. So like if I'm thinking about a hairline for this character, I have to think, okay, I got my eye line right here, but where's my brow line? Is it gonna be up here? Or is it gonna be a little bit lower? If it's lower, like here, I wanna make sure that there's actually enough room so that the hair can come out and, you know, fall onto the head nicely and naturally, but also to give room for the eyebrows in case of if there's like expressions. So I think with hairlines, it really depends on what type of hairline as well. What's up? Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Now look what we got going on.
The official
The
Miki.
official Miki. No cat here. Seems
What?
legit.
Miki
What?
Biki 04 official.
Yeah.
So I like to think, okay, if my eyebrows are right over here, which can be totally fine, then I'm like, okay, this hairline, like let's say my eyes are about this size and my eyebrows are up here. Should I move the hairline higher or lower? I think this is probably a pretty good hairline length because you can get, it won't make the character look bald like this, and it also makes it so that you actually have more volume in the back too. So I account for, okay, well, how much room is this going to be with the hair and the bangs? Because I also got to keep in mind of the second and third layer of the hair. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. It's a little bit difficult to describe it because a lot of it is intuitive, so I'm trying to find better ways to describe it. If I draw it too high for this character, like up here, then I'm gonna basically have to be like, okay, well now my hairline is up here, all my bangs are up here, and then that also means the height of my hair needs to also move up. So then it kind of ends up making the head look really tall instead of naturally like fitting the character.
What's up?
Huh?
I am Miki. I am Miki. No, I am Miki. How would you draw a side part with fluffy hair? Did you answer that?
Side part with fluffy hair? Side part is like...
That's kind of how that
kind
one
of-
is.
Yeah. A side part is just... You part the bangs to the side, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what you mean? I don't know what that was. Oh yeah, that was a distiller. So side parted bangs or side parted hair is... One side is more dominant than the other. This is a middle part because it's smack dab in the middle. That's kind of what I have sometimes if my bangs don't look right. I have more of a side part right now, so that means it's leaning more to this side or this side, whichever you want to do. So that means one group of the hair will be a lot bigger and more dominant.
Colton, that was really Radio Rebel Core, huh?
Huh? The distiller?
I don't know idea.
I have no idea.
Make sure to stay hydrated.
Yeah, we gotta
Can we do a
drink.
shorter cut? Shorter cut, yeah. Everybody, by the way, if you like the stream on TikTok, make sure you hit the like button really fast. If you like to stream on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button as well. It really helps out. We're trying to grow on YouTube. We're also at almost 150,000 followers on TikTok. We're really trying to reach that. So if you're new here and you enjoy the content, and you want to see us show up again for you, then go ahead and hit that follow button. We really appreciate it. Really enjoy all you showing up.
Yes. By the way, fluffier hair also has a lot of like upward movement, curls. So you'll see that the curls will come up a little bit more for fluffier hair, and some hair will also have a lot more overlap. So a lot of like going in, going out, going in, going out. So if you have this pattern in your hair, it's gonna make it look very nice and fluffy. And a lot of volume, of course. So make the strand a little bit thicker on some areas, make it a little bit thinner on towards the outside of the hair, and you got a nice texture.
Discord invite. There we go.
Laura, sometimes I wonder what you're always talking about. Danielle is letting the voices take over. Be careful, guys. It's funny.
Yeah, this is a custom brush. You can download it completely free on the link on our profile. It is an ABR file. It will work in Procreate, Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint. It will not work in Ibis Paint. It won't work in Krita. It won't work in that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Hestia, if you want to send us a direct message on TikTok, I'll send you the invite link. Danielle is getting the voices take over. Danielle is letting the voices take over. Be careful, guys. Lord, I don't trust a word you say.
This is, you can find the Discord on this link right here.
Yup.
So type this into your browser.
Yeah, if you want to join the Discord and you cannot message us or see the link on our profile, take a screenshot of this. This is a URL. You can type it into your browser and find the Discord link on there.
Yep, great. Someone asked how to draw shorter bangs. A lot of it is just shortening shortening it. So think of like, if this is long bangs, let me see here. If these bangs are like really long, all you have to do is just be like, okay, I'm gonna make it so that my bangs end about here instead. So then that means I'm gonna have to erase this. But then of course it looks a little bit different as short, you know, if it's short, right? The curves are gonna be a lot shorter. The length of it is going to be different. If you want like straight blunt bangs that are short, you'll actually see a lot more C curves like this. It's gonna end really quickly. But you're still gonna have to imply depth, right? Overlaps, big, medium, small shapes, unevenness if you want. And the hair will actually end also a lot shorter because the hair comes to the hairline and it comes up and wraps over. So keep in mind that the mounds on the bangs are also going to be like a lot bouncier looking as well.
Danny, you are now a moderator on YouTube. Vio, where you at? Where you at, Vio? So I was trying to add people to moderators on YouTube and I finally figured it out. Standard. Here we go.
Sorry, this is not a very good drawing, but whatever, I don't care.
Alright, Vio, you're a mod as well. How to draw dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks.
Love the new haircut, Colton. Thank you. I just shaved today. I found your Discord.
Awesome.
Nice. Do you not want me in your Discord? Totally up to you. I'm fine with you being in there. I'm not going to go out personally and try to add you to it. We have the invite up online. But totally up to you. If you want to be there, welcome. Make sure you follow the rules. If you don't, totally fine. Covito joined the Discord.
Nice.
Covito, you're a regular on stream. I thought you were already in the Discord for a while.
So in order to draw dreadlocks, I like to think of them as little caterpillars or udon or whatever that's cylindrical. So all I really had to do was draw a cylinder, a curved cylinder, I should say, and then add a little round cap at the bottom. And for dreadlocks, these are a little bit messier, so I actually fray the edges and actually make it a little bit hairier. Huh?
I didn't see Sarah here as well.
Oh, okay.
That's our Sarah, right? Sarah smiley face. Toto, are you here? Are you on YouTube? I'll mod you as well.
And then what I like to do is just add some wrapping lines to show the cylindrical form. And a lot of it is hatching. Yeah, it's very catchy. So that's how you draw dreadlocks. And then you just layer dreadlocks on top of each other. And dreadlocks are kind of like, think of like Medusa, you know, the girl with the snake for hair. A lot of overlaps as usual, but it's also a lot of, it kind of mimics hair, but not really. It depends on like what kind of style do you want. If you want like hair that is a little bit more natural flowing for dreadlocks, you can use like sister locks instead, which is actually a lot thinner braids. Oh, I forgot to mention that people wanted braids as well.
Can you please give tips on how to draw a group of bushes with Scribble struggling on a project right now? Ooh, that's a fun one.
You want to do it?
I could do that really quick. So if you want to draw groups of bushes, it's very, 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 actually it's literally exactly that. It's exactly the same as hair. So, you know, make sure you understand where the ground plane is. So for example, here's a ground plane, right? There's a ground plane. Here's the bottom of the bush. There's a bush. You can put another bush behind it. Like that.
Zoom in a little bit. There we go.
You know, you could add some, whatever, some grass in front if you want. Make sure you understand where on the ground it's coming from. You know, you could add another one.
Oh, it's like those like stage cutouts.
Back there. Yeah, think about it in terms of stage cutouts. And now we're actually going to use the exact same principles as right here to add volume to the bushes. So what you can do is you can come in here and add some volume like that. And you can add the front. Doesn't have to be in the middle.
Sanjay Campbell says, I joined the Discord, but I can't send messages or see what's going on in the Discord. Make sure, Sanjay, that you verify on Discord. There's going to be a little verify section, and you got to press a little check mark. That is just to ensure that you're not a bot. And then you'll be able to see all the chat channels and stuff in there.
Traven, are you here? Does that help? You just really want to understand where the bushes are. Another way to think about it is, here's the volume of a bush. I'll draw it lighter. Here's the silhouette. Right? You can have front part come out a little bit. You can have this kind of stuff. You could have a back part.
That's cute.
Right, overlaps. This is in front, this is in the middle, this is in the back sticking out. I'm still thinking about my grand plane. Right, here's my ground plane that it's sitting on. So that's you know, a generic bush that you can add.
You can
And
do,
it's
like, multiple
exactly the same as this. Like,
using the same techniques.
it's the same exact technique with adding depth, layering. You know, it's a volume.
Yeah.
Hey Ducky, I just responded to your TikTok message asking about the Discord link.
I'm gonna do braids really quick. Someone asked like, how do I structure the dreads?
Space bun.
Oh, space.
Someone
buns are
asked
cute.
about space bun. Well, Naomi has space buns.
Naomi does have space buns. If you want like an Afro space bun, all you have to do is just draw like little mini afros, like mini bushes on both sides, and there's a space bun. This is Naomi's hairstyle. But if you want to draw like actual space buns where the hair is actually being put into a bun, like Sailor Moon, you're gonna actually just draw a sphere. I'm kind of getting a little bit sidetracked, but I don't care. Just draw some like spheres, and then you draw like a lot of wrapping lines around it.
Hilton, can I be a YouTube mod too? Yeah, I'll leave a oh, there you are. Dahlia. I just mod people as I see them. There you go.
So here, you'll see that I'm drawing a bunch of strands of hair wrapping over the sphere, and I'm doing it in different directions so that it feels like it's more organic. And then if you want, you can also add like little tufts. Balls of yarn, I guess. It kind of looks like a yarn ball, I would say, if you want to do space buns like this. That's another way to do it.
Bozy Comics asks, how do you map out the shape for dreadlocks on a head?
What I like to do is I think about what kind of style do I want first. So like look at reference, of course. It's the way how some people like wear their dreads would look very different on different head shapes. Like some people have a mohawk type dreads, some people would tie it into a ponytail, some people would want to have it completely natural and just let it grow like to whatever kind of size or shape it is. Some people like to have it more manicured. So really just think about what kind of style that you want, find the reference, and then that will get you a little bit closer to how you want it. The most common type that I see is where it kind of just hangs loosely on the head, kind of like a mop. You'll see, man, I keep doing the quick menu. I have to think about how to get rid of that sometime. What I like to do is I like to think about the overall mass that the hair is in. So if I want it droopier, I draw it over the head in a droopier fashion. So like most of the hair strands will fall downward like this. And then I think, okay, is there gonna be bangs? Is there gonna be like hair in front of the forehead or whatever? If yes, then I will add it in there. And I think I will add it in there because it's really fun. But I'm only thinking very 2D right now, not thinking about anything like 3-dimensional or anything like that.
Like you're leaving room for the 3D.
Exactly.
But primarily focusing on the 2D.
Yeah, because I can always put the 3-dimensional aspects inside the 2D shape later on. So here, then I decide, okay, I like my shape, then I'm just going to add in the dreads. And I can say, okay, I want, like maybe for the bangs, I focus specific areas first.
Yeah. Renee, I gave you the role in the Discord server, so you don't need to verify your phone.
So right now I'm only focusing on the bangs because the bangs help give me a little bit of context as to like how like the texture of the hair is going to be. So I just draw like mounds overlapping each other. If this is a side swept bang look, then one side will be more dominant than the other. So that means this side's more dominant, this side's a little bit less. But I just turn the strands into cylinders instead. And then I can kind of just play with the texture in whatever way I want without having to use a dread or braid brush.
Probably make this bigger for you.
Thank you. Then I think about the other sides of the hair. Now the other sides of the hair does not have to be as dense. So like I make the bangs part a lot denser than the other outside because this is the part where I want to focus on. But if you want the outside to be more detailed, totally up to you. I like to just then group everything at this point. I kind of just like draw the the silhouette shape at the bottom, and I just imply the connection of the braids or of the dreads up at the top. So I'm not having to add so much detail, but there's an implication of detail.
I did it. I saved the town. Thank you for the follow. Hopefully you can save us as well.
And then I add in the wrapping lines, and I also add in little threads or textures.
I'm pretty sure I gave you the role. Let me see. Yeah. So you should be able to see the Discord server. I have your guys' book. It helped me so much with anatomy while in school.
Yay!
Awesome, Rachel. Glad you found it helpful.
Yes, we do have 2 books, guys, if you're interested.
Yes, we have published 2 books. If you're new here and you don't know who we are, we've published 2 how to draw books, and people seem to like them. That's volume 2, and this is volume 1. They are both on Amazon. You can check them out on the link on our profile if you're on TikTok.
Hey, Bing Bong.
And a lot of this same stuff you'll find in the books in more depth. And there's really, good drawings of them and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, so if you find the content helpful and you are new here, go ahead and hit the follow button if you want us to keep showing up and you want to keep learning stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah. That username.
Let's do a few more braids. If you want to draw really simple braids, there's different shapes. There's diamond shapes, and you can just overlap them like this, or just draw like a...
Just scrolling and found you guys. Awesome,
hey,
Rachel.
Hey, nice,
Hey,
Rachel.
we also have a Discord server, Rachel, so if you like what you see and want to join a community, feel free. You can send us a direct message asking for the invite, or you can check our profile for the link. But, no pressure.
Mm-hmm. So this is a very simple braid. It's just a bunch of diamonds, curling and just kind of like smushed together. This is great for like very small braids, very simple braids that you don't want to draw so much detail with. I like to just imply it with these little diamond shapes. You don't have to go super detailed. The next level of braids is more of like a twist, where it's basically just a bunch of marshmallows, or basically a bunch of teardrop shapes that are like, I don't know, twisted together. So this is a teardrop shape right here. You twist it a little bit, make the end sharper, and it looks like that. And then you just overlap that specific shape over and over until it becomes like a little twist. That's another type of braid. Then to elevate this a little bit more, you take this braid and then you draw the other side.
Will there be an ebook version of Volume 2 soon? I'm actually working on it right now. I've been working on it at night a little bit. We're going to be doing a couple updates. We're actually going to be adding character bio sheets for all of our group, our main cast.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really fun. So we're going to be updating that, and then I'll get an ebook version on our own website for sale and also on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. I've also seen braids where it's this shape, but it's upside down. So that's more like an upside down heart shape. So let me think. I guess I could start off with the heart shape first, like an upside down heart, and then just draw it down, overlap it. Definitely seeing braids like this, and it makes me like, I just get confused sometimes because I'm not used to seeing a braid going upside down. And then kind of just like draw the inside, that, overlap it. Nah, it's a little bit difficult to actually see this. Hold up. Maybe what I should do is this. I should just draw upside down and just draw a little curl in the center. And there we go. Or it could have just been easier, but I could have just like flipped this upside down and just called it a day. But you get the point. How much are the books? Planning to get them for my birthday soon. Awesome. Both books are about, what, $26, $27?
Yep, $26.95 on YouTube.
But Amazon likes to put a lot of discounts on on those books, so sometimes you'll see it for $22. So yeah.
You'll have to check.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is a bad braid. Looks like kind of like poop. I don't like it. I think what I should have just done is...
You can't say that word with Daniela around.
Oh.
She'll start going crazy.
Woo! Sorry, I said it again.
Oh, awesome, Rachel. Looking forward to it. Oh, yeah. And if you're a regular and you're in the Discord server, by the way, we just got a community Minecraft server set up. Super excited about that. So if you are interested in Minecraft and you want to get whitelisted, go to the gaming category and go to Minecraft whitelist.
This is an upside down braid, like Makima. I got both of mine for $24 each. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Is it Java or Bedrock? It's Java, but I am looking into installing a mod that allows Bedrock to join.
Mm-hmm. Colton, do you want to take over and do some perspective? Unless you...
Sure, if you want me to.
Sure. I'm just gonna merge all this. Make it a little bit smaller.
I'm just gonna think. Maybe I'll think a little bit about what I wanna talk about.
Sure. Then we'll cover the other topics later. Okay, we'll do eyes next. How about that? Eyes in different perspectives.
Ash, it is actually from a company called Pen Tips, the screen protector.
That username? What username, Crits Can?
That was like 5-10 minutes ago.
Oh, oops.
I don't know.
So I like to think of eyes kind of like a plane in perspective, but if you want it to be a little bit more elevated, you can actually curve the plane like this. So think of, this is the plane in perspective, and you just curve, that. So it's like multiple steps.
It's very much like this.
Yeah, it's very much like that.
Think that. All right.
Because
we're drawing eyes on that.
The head is curved, so I would say a really good simplification of that is just this curved surface. Now this kind of requires you to understand a little bit about center lines. Let's say you drew like let's say you're containing your eyes in this plane here. The center line, to find the center line, you basically just draw an X on both corners.
I heard those eat away at the tips. They do, but tips are really cheap. Honestly, you can get a pack of how many? Four for like 10 bucks.
Yeah.
And you literally have to draw like a couple hundred hours before you get through a tip.
Yep.
Like you're talking like by the time you get through 10 bucks worth of tips, you've drawn like 1,000 hours. So it's not that
bad. It takes a while. It takes a while to get through and eat away at the thing. I've been drawing with this pen and screen protector for like months and months, and it takes a while to whittle down. So
yeah, we streamed over 300 hours over the summer and went through one tip.
Yep. So now I'm gonna take this, turn this to the side, find the center line. My center line's kind of off. But the more that you're turning the plane in perspective, the more the center line's gonna change spots.
Because this is actually a mini perspective lesson.
It is a mini perspective lesson. So I'm just gonna draw the center line.
I totally think it's worth it.
There we go, it's kind of close.
It really improves, like if you want a little bit more of a grit, I totally think it's worth it. Your tips go away faster, but it's much more enjoyable to draw.
Yeah.
I don't actually like drawing without the...
Yeah, Kritscan says, I've been using a paper-like protector for 2 years and have only gone through 3 tips. 2 years.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Quick tips for character turnarounds?
Ooh, I don't know if that would be a quick tip.
Draw out a base.
Yeah.
Use measuring guidelines. I did a lot of turnarounds professionally when I did concept art for games. And it's really important to measure. Have them all side by side, like front, side, back, 3/4. Draw them orthographically, so straight on, no perspective, and line up. Use guidelines to line all your components up.
Actually, I do a lot of turnarounds for our anime art school in our character design course. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of do a similar thing.
Yeah. Start with your general proportions as well, you know. Your what's it called, your general proportion for bodies. I'm assuming you're doing character turnarounds.
So I drew eyes in the flat front view. I drew this in perspective. Now this is kind of a really rough idea of how eyes are in perspective, but it's a little bit too flat, right? Because this is on a curved surface, and now we're going to translate this onto this curved surface right here.
What are turnarounds? Turnarounds are informational drawings that basically show you the design of a character from different angles.
Front, side, back, 3/4, stuff like that.
So you'll have multiple drawings of a single character from different angles, and a lot of the time they'll have maybe the arms removed or different articles of clothing removed, so like a 3D modeler can build them easily. But it depends on what the turnaround is being used for.
So if I'm going to be drawing the eyes on a curved surface, I have to keep in mind that one side of the eye is going to show more. That means it's going to kind of retain a similar shape to the front view. Now the other side is going to be a lot more skewed because this is turning away from perspective. So I'd say to just keep it really simple, this side is more like a triangle shape. This side is more like a hexagon shape. So if I were to draw this in a very simple way, kind of looks like this. You know, this one shows less sides, this one shows more sides, just because it's more dominant.
That's a good idea for a YouTube video.
Oh.
I think we learned that from Andrew Park.
I think we did learn that from Andrew.
And it was a costume drawing class.
Yeah, that's right.
He's just like, you want to know the secret to drawing eyes at an angle? And then he drew that out.
Yep. And then out comes the nose. And because this is a rounded surface, this feels more natural than this one. This one looks like a flat piece of paper. This one feels more organic.
I do want to update my post here and say...
How would you draw more of a tired eye? Tired eyes have like more heavy lids to them. So I'd say if you want to draw more tired eyes, think about, think about the overall shape. Is it droopier down the side like that? You know, I feel like that's a little bit more interesting to look at. So I would droop it more towards the side or whatever way that you would like. And then tired eyes also look up a little bit more because you're like, you know, just lazy.
So Kat, you asked a little bit about turnaround. So this is a turnaround that's basically diagrammatic view of like anatomy. So there's front, and then this is like a back 3/4. So it's the same mannequin turned around to different angles. That would be a turnaround. The use of this turnaround is to show the muscles. What brush is that?
This is a brush in our that we've uploaded in our TikTok or
real random, but I talked with one of you about content creation strategy a year ago. Are you the tech tips guy that I added on Discord a long time ago?
Oh, I
do remember that. How are you doing these days?
So this is the brush. You can find the brush to this link right here. The link is in our profile. You can get it for free. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember you. How what's up? How you doing? Yeah, we started streaming at the beginning of summer, and streaming worked really well for us.
Another thing to add to a tired eye is a lot of wrinkles at the bottom. Baggy eyes. There, tired eye.
Are you both artists? Yes, we are.
Ooh, I could go for some of those sausage snackies.
That would be fun.
What app or site do you recommend to use for drawing? I use Procreate. I love it, especially for the iPad. I wish we get sponsored sometimes, but Procreate is just kind of like a really nice all-in-one drawing program. It's quite powerful for something that's like just $12.
Yeah.
So I really recommend that for the iPad. But there's definitely other free programs out there like Krita, Ibis Paint, or Medibang, stuff like that, that you can, that also works pretty well. So I think nowadays free drawing programs are kind of like all the rage, because like people like powerful programs that are free.
I've scrapped content, now building a protein powder brand nowadays. Samples to come today, actually. That's nice.
Whoa, that's cool.
Fun.
Protein powder? That's really cool.
A partner with some gyms and trainers. That would be good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but like, you should read some of Alex Hormozy's stuff. He has a book, Gym Launch Secrets. He talks a lot about that kind of stuff.
Maybe we'll do some simple expressions really quickly before we move on to other topics.
That's fun. Best of luck, though. That's exciting. How's YouTube doing? Who drew the Miki on YouTube? Huh? What Miki on
you mean that?
Oh, that.
Me?
Yeah, this one right here.
I did.
Yep, Christina did.
Colton did the background. I did the Miki.
Yep.
And actually,
Wow.
I think we have other characters.
Was she?
I don't know how big she was.
There she is.
We have other characters that we're gonna switch every now and then. So I did Tira and Naomi.
Yeah, I can actually show you Tira.
Yeah, Danny
There's
would
Tira.
like that. Tira is up there. I really like how I did Tira's, honestly.
Yeah, Tira's is nice. So there's Tira's, there's Miko's, and there's Miki's. So I decided to use Miki today.
Oh yeah, Procreate Dreams lets you animate. Yeah, for sure, they do. Plan was to sample free samples to my college gym tomorrow. Very exciting. Wow.
Very nice.
That's cool. Oh no, too bad y'all can't see it.
Yeah, you're not on YouTube. YouTube gets the special treatment.
Anyways, simple
Would you guys
expression.
recommend an iPad drawing tablet or computer to draw? I would say that's very dependent on what your goals are.
What's your lifestyle like? It's more like if you like just drawing on the go, just having something really quick and simple, like, and you don't need a super powerful program or device to draw with, iPad is great. It's all in one. If you want to do this for a job or whatever, or you want to go a lot more serious with it, computer is probably your better bet.
Yep, have a good one. Yeah, I mean, iPads are really good for on the go. A lot of professionals do drawings on the iPad for their professional work. You're not going to have the kind of power that you'd get off of a computer, like a desktop or a nice laptop, but you may not need it.
Depends on what you want.
If you get a desktop computer, you're going to need an external tablet, like a display tablet, or something like an Intuos or a Huion, or what. There's a lot of brands. I think the iPad overall is simpler. You just have the iPad, the pencil, and the program. Want to be an artist and sell art? Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. That's awesome.
I got a BRB. Hold up. Bathroom break.
Bathroom break?
Yep.
You want me to teach my perspective stuff?
Yep.
So, perspective, huh? Alright, so the way that I like to teach perspective is I like to get people good at thinking in three-dimensional space, right? Like, there is a up, down, left, right, three-dimensional space. And so, what I like to do is I like to teach people to be able to draw in a 3D space. So let's just say that, you know, maybe this is about the center, maybe a little bit more back, and there's your up, down, and left, right planes. So like I did earlier with the plants, you know, you can draw things on the ground like this. If I want to put something back here, I can do that. So I actually like to kind of ignore vanishing points and just get comfortable. Not that they're not important, right? They're really important, but I like to get comfortable just kind of moving around in 3D space. It's almost like a 3D modeling program, right? So I could draw a cylinder back here. You know, I could draw a sphere, and maybe as part of that sphere, I'll just put a little side planes so you can see it.
Back.
The grass drawing was good for showing perspective to me. Yeah, and like all of these things can be turned into stuff. These could be rocks, you know, and you could use, you know, a ribbon right here. Like that. And say, this is grass. Right? There's your grass.
Swag says, please don't be simple. My brain will not physically comprehend more dense teaching. I think that's what they meant. That's funny. Perspective's hard.
Right? That's how you'd basically draw a chunk of grass in 3D. I like to start with a ribbon, but my main point is this is all operating within like this type of three-dimensional space, this dimensional drawing. And as much as you hate drawing boxes, the way to get good at this is really drawing a bunch of boxes at different angles. So for example, one of the exercises that I like to do is I like to just draw boxes at different angles.
This one's looking down.
Use draw through, which is when you draw the back sides, you can basically see through it. And then I'll draw another box in a different perspective, maybe like this. And this one's facing a different angle. But these are both sort of occupying the same space.
Thanks, Nick, for sharing live. And thank you, Sailor Looney, for following.
Right? So these boxes are all sort of floating around each other in three-dimensional space, and you can practice just sort of manipulating them and rotating them. And so when you have a box, you can manipulate this box into different forms by modifying it. And this is like how they teach it in industrial design, and I actually think it's quite...
I think that'd be a good YouTube video.
Quite useful, right?
Oh,
there's that. You can take a chunk out of it down here if you want. Right? And you can just turn these into different things.
Hey, Joe Mama.
Is it okay to ask a question? For sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's how I like to do that. You know, you can bring this down.
Sailor Looney says, I'd watched hundreds of perspective tutorials. It took a guy putting stripes on trees to get it.
Yeah. Right?
Did you put stripes on trees?
I put stripes on a painting of tree. Remember the mushroom dimension?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, like, that's the biggest thing in my perspective, in my opinion. to perspective, you know, you get comfortable drawing in three-dimensional space.
Thank you, Nix and Francesca, for following us.
So as far as like specific perspective questions and stuff, like what did people want to know about?
Ooh,
Grass drawing was good for showing perspective. Yeah.
How to draw a kitsune character. I mean, I can draw fox ears on a character, and then it'll be a kitsune.
Yeah. Another thing that I like to do to practice an exercise is I'll just draw like a line, and I'll draw boxes along the line, like this.
Ooh.
You know, and maybe this one goes up a little bit. Maybe this one's starting to go up a little bit more. This one starting to go up a little bit more.
We'll cover probably some light and shadow stuff in a little bit. So Colton, when you're done with your little thing, I do have to have a little explanation for expressions, so we'll have to jump back and forth a little bit.
How do you know where to put shadows? Shadows is very closely tied to perspective, and the reason is because light travels in a straight line. So if I have like, I don't know, if I have a ground plane, come on, I'll do it like this. If I have a ground plane and I have a cylinder on that ground plane, my light is going to have a direction that it's traveling like on the ground, like this sort of thing. And my light's gonna have a direction that it's coming in from the air. And I usually like to represent that as a triangle. So let's just say that my triangle is like this. This triangle is going to come off of the sides of this cylinder and down from the top like this. And it's gonna come off of the other side as well.
Ooh, that's a good song. Hey, Matt.
And then it's gonna come off of this edge, like that. And your shadow is gonna be in here. I go through this really in depth in my lighting and painting course in our anime art school. I really don't have the time to go through it super in depth on stream, but your core shadow is going to be right here. Your shadowed side is going to be right there. You might have a little bit of a turning edge right there. And so that triangle is really important. What?
Yep. Oh, I was going to say, answer Persia. I did do a lot of hair earlier in the stream, but if you want to watch it again, we actually upload this as a VOD in our YouTube channel. So you can check that out at a later time. Ooh, nice box.
So if you want to shade this box, it's the exact same triangle. It's coming off of each of these edges, right? That one, and then you have this line right here, coming down, and you just connect these dots there.
I love that this song is just pairing with your perspective. Listen.
So your shadow is going to be this. Right there. And then of course this side of the box is going to be in shadow. This side of the box is going to get a little bit of tone. You'll probably get some ambient occlusion underneath of here. Like that. Hey, Brianna.
Brianna Perry.
How you doing? It was good to see you the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, triangle. I'll make a YouTube video on this sometime. I'll explain how to render and light simple objects. I have that in my rendering class in anime art school. It's like 6 weeks of the class is learning how to do this stuff. You get really good at it. And yeah.
It looks awesome.
So that's how you would light all of this stuff. So if I'm making an environment and I want to shade all of this stuff, I would basically determine where do I want my light to be. I'd make a triangle. and you'd be able to shade and render all of this stuff.
If you know how to render spheres, you'd be able to render half spheres as well.
Yep. You know, so all these would be casting shadows. This grass would be casting a shadow over there. This cylinder coming out would be casting a shadow, probably something like that. It'd have a core shadow. Probably get some texture on this grass.
What class is it? What did like the name of it? Snaz asked.
What is the class name? I don't remember. It's in our anime art school.
No, it was environment painting class.
But yeah, like environment painting and backgrounds or something like that, or a painting and backgrounds. I don't remember what I named it exactly. It's in our anime art school.
Oh, thanks, Zane. How do you draw the other eye after doing the first one? I'll get to that in a bit.
Right. So you can draw. You can put these blocks and stuff together to draw different stuff like castles.
Ooh, that's
all kinds of stuff.
It's a good question, Say Looney. Says, do y'all have a vid on drawing consistent faces? I've got the opposite of the same face syndrome.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. So you're the type that can't draw the same face all the time.
Yeah,
that's actually really good.
It is very similar to Legos. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I need to write that down.
Sure, do it. And then I could make a video on rendering or something.
Yeah.
And this is very closely tied to color theory, by the way, as well. Sometimes there are two shadows. Does it depend on the perspective as well? No, it depends on how many light sources you have. So with one light source, you'll never have overlapping shadows. It'll just mass into a single shadow. If you have multiple light sources, you will sometimes get overlapping shadows, and things get a little bit complicated. I need my iPad. Things get a little bit complicated when you have multiple light sources and each light source has a different color, and my iPad's completely dead.
Oh.
So I can't actually show you, unfortunately.
You want to charge it?
Yes.
Here.
This song is so energetic. That was probably the last song.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. It's like Legos in a way. It really is.
No problem, Renee. I can probably give some tips on 3/4 profiles. I'll have to add that to the list at some point. But by the way, if you really find that these streams are helpful for you in learning art, we cover a lot of the same topics for almost every stream. So you can, if your question doesn't get answered today, you can always come back another time. So we stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific. That is our stream time. So hop in again and ask the same question, and you'll probably get it answered if it doesn't get answered today. Yeah, we have watched a bit of Demon Slayer. We didn't watch the whole thing, though. Aw, thanks, Yuma. Whoa, what's that?
So you can use cross sections like this to build out stuff like tails, lizards, all this sort of thing.
It's basically just like an organic box.
Yeah.
Rounded
really
box.
Is. You know, stuff like that. That's the same way you draw hair as well.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, you don't need to be this, like, accurate and stuff with it, but understanding how to draw things in a three-dimensional space is really, really, really helpful. Same with characters as well.
Yep. How long do you guys stream, or do you just stream for however long and then end the live? That's kind of how we usually do it. I'd say the average is about 3 hours or 2 hours, because we go through like a tutorial phase and then we kind of just chill a little bit at the end. That usually takes about 3 hours, sometimes 4 if it gets really long.
Whoa.
I know, that just trips me up sometimes. I gotta disable that because I'm not used to it. Usually on busier days, we'll probably just stream for about almost 2 hours. Whoa.
That's actually really useful. Merge down, clear layer.
Oh, nice.
Fancy. Very primitive I am.
Aw, thank you, Kate. You're welcome.
Yeah, we just stream however long. So, if y'all want me to go over, like, the basics of 1-point and 2-point perspective and stuff sometime on a stream, I can do that as well. You know, it is important. It's like your veggies.
Yeah.
So before you can do, I mean...
the cool stuff.
Yeah, before you can do all the cool stuff, there's kind of a lot of theory and everything, but it's pretty fun.
Your thing's up.
Oh, my thing's fine, yeah. So the question earlier, let's see if I have it in my photos. I do not. I never added it.
You know, do you want me to add it or find it?
Here's some.
Okay.
So so some of the stuff that I do is like this. It's the same exact process. These are paintings that I have done digitally, and it's exactly the same process. They're just floating three-dimensional forms, and then I have lit them with multiple light sources.
Have a good dinner, Sarah.
Right, there's a green light here, there's a yellow big light in the back, there's a cool light on the front left, and so it looks like that. You know, these are just some exercises that I do for fun on the side.
Oh, that's how you get so good at painting.
Here's another one. This one was from imagination. So this one actually has multiple materials like reflective plastic, chrome, metal. You know, here's some like tubing and stuff like that, reflective surfaces, some lights and stuff. So again, that's how you get good, is it's just the basics. And this is nothing in particular, right? This is just some random object that I made from my head. But you can see, cool light on the back, up here towards the top, warm light right here. That's kind of filling this whole area. There's a warm light on the front coming in from this direction. And yeah, I teach this kind of stuff in my rendering class. What else? And so it's the exact same principles as if I'm gonna do an environment like this. It's the exact same thing. There's literally no difference, except now it's just a house instead of a random cube. So, you know, it's wood, it's chickens, it's a scarecrow and different stuff like that instead of random cubes.
Hey, Shauna. I keep seeing people with raw and creative poses and expressions. How?
Yeah.
I could probably cover a little bit of that.
Sure.
I was doing a little bit of expressions earlier, but I can...
This is the striped tree I think they were talking about.
I think so. I love that striped tree. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's the same exact concepts. All of this stuff, all of the rendering on this stuff is the same concepts that I was explaining.
Maybe move it up a little bit.
Oh, here you go.
There we go.
I was not showing it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's the same exact concepts.
What does
with all
rendering
this stuff.
mean?
Rendering is showing the lightness and darkness of an object as the light hits it. So basically, for example, if I'm gonna render a curve.
Renee says, I want to visit your drawing like if they were real.
And I have a light coming in, coming down, then this object is gonna be receiving light, and as it gets turned away from the light, it's gonna receive less and less light. Showing that is rendering. So like, you know, each of these surfaces, as they receive the light, and as it turns away from the light, that's rendering.
It's almost like it goes through different stages of shadows and stuff.
And painting is when you do all of this and you try to use less brush strokes. You basically try to effectively use your brush strokes.
You know what these look like? These look like morel mushrooms. Morel mushrooms.
Do they?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, rendering is just a fancy word for drawing for the most part, but like technically it's like showing the surfaces,
See, look,
showing the values. Well, you're
it's a
right.
morel mushroom.
Colton's art looked like it would taste like those sugar chewy gummy things that people do ASMR with.
So funny.
Like this sort of thing.
Oh, that looks yummy.
Yeah.
I usually draw Sonic characters and I'm only good at like the three-quarter front or just front views. Yeah, a lot of it is just stretching your, working out those drawing muscles and just drawing stuff that's difficult. And you draw it multiple times, like over throughout the years, and you'll get a better feel for it.
Yeah.
What you looking for?
I was looking for that demo that I did with the multiple shadows.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, you want me to find it?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to find it.
Yeah, fair enough. Did you learn to shade eggs in the mirror? What?
Shade eggs in the mirror, huh?
Is that an assignment that you get?
Here it is. So these are some of the rendering assignments that I do in anime art school. And this one particular, whoever asked Yuma, 2 shadows, this one has 2 shadows. You can see it right here.
Okay,
so this drawing has 2 shadows. There's one right here, and there's one right here, that's because there's 2 light sources in this image. And you can see the 2 shadows show up again back here.
I'm guessing SNAS is something that we don't understand.
And then this one has 1 light source, but this is actually turning stuff into more stuff that you can recognize. So all of these objects are rendered with this singular warm light right here. And if you want to do like anime backgrounds and stuff like that, it's all these principles that allow you to do it.
It looks wonderful.
It's like a kid's room.
It is.
So, it's like, here's just a box, just a purple box that was rendered very roughly, but I want to eat those colors. Yeah, I like using a lot of color in my work. And, you know, the way to do that is you kind of just bump the saturation up. I really like to use, as far as color theory goes, like if I've got red, if I've got an object, right, and it's a red object, so we'll draw a box, and it's like a red box, like this.
Yeah, it is really hard.
I think our playlist ended.
Uh-oh. How do you do it?
Oops.
It's so quiet without the music.
Yeah. What music do we do?
I don't care. Pick whatever. Pick a random one. Brighter Than the Sky, the usual.
That's the
anime opening.
I want to do one of my favorites.
Oh, I love this one.
I love that one too. Okay. So y'all want to learn about a little bit of color theory? This is how I make my colors more interesting. So here's my red, and this is the cube, and I want to choose a shadow color, right? I like making a really cool shadow color, so I'm going to pull this down towards purplish, and I'm probably going to desaturate it a little bit and go a little bit darker. So this might be the shadow color.
Wow, that's beautiful on screen.
Like that. So a very, very cool shadow color, right? And then let's say this top plane is the one that's hit the most with the light, and I'm gonna go, okay, maybe I'll have a warm light. So I'm gonna pull this up towards orange. And remember, orange is a little bit lighter in local value than red. So it's automatically going to be lighter without me moving this at all. And so I can do that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Maybe I'll chuck that up there. Right, and this is like your basic stuff. So if I didn't want to do that as much, I could just, you know, pull that up maybe.
Chris,
like
can I
that.
ask, why are the shadows different colors again? Depends on the lights, the color of the light.
That's completely contextual of your environment. So you'll hear a lot of the time people will say, oh, if you have a warm light, you have cool shadows, and if you have cool light, you have warm shadows, and a lot of people go by that, and a lot of the time it can be true, but your shadows are actually completely affected by your ambient. So for example, in this shot right here, right, we've got the main light source. This is warm, and so when I'm choosing the shadow color of this bed, I'm thinking about the light hitting this blue wall and bouncing into these shadows. So that blue is gonna add coolness into these shadows. And so I made the shadows cooler. And I like to play that up because I like to stylize my work and make it a little bit more colorful. If you were going for like ultra realistic realism, you wouldn't necessarily do this, but I'm not. I'm going for like a colorful, really like juicy look. And so that's what I decided to do for that one. I can use some examples of my other work as well. Maybe not that one, maybe, you know, this one again. Same thing. You'll notice how incredibly warm this grass up here is, and then how incredibly cool this grass right here is. I really play that up because there's a blue sky. So there's a warm light that's hitting the ground in the building, and then there's a blue sky. So when the warm light is being blocked, the blue sky lights the shadows. And so with this one right here, if I wanted these shadows to be lit by like a blue sky, I would probably just nuke this red a lot and do something like this.
It's almost like the blue blends in with that red and it creates that.
Like that kind of thing. So the color isn't actually really that important. The value is the most important thing.
Because you're able to read it.
How do I make drawings pop more instead of being muted? You mean like your colors?
A lot of it maybe could be saturation. I know that if the skin of my character isn't really like vibrant, I just up the saturation a little bit. Same thing with like other parts of the image. Usually that might help kind of overall boost it, make it a little bit more colorful.
Yeah, colors. There's a lot of ways to boost interesting colors, but generally consistency, like, and having like a logic behind why you choose the colors that you do is really important. You can use a limited palette as well. Generally less is more. So if you keep everything pretty limited and you only break those rules a little bit here and a little bit there, it generally makes a larger impact than if you just break the rules everywhere all the time. So, you know, I could come over here.
I love this song, it's so good.
Yeah, it's like a Cardcaptor Sakura vibe. Right? Put a little highlight on the edge of the box. If I want to make this real juicy, I'd probably add some reflections to this. Like, I'd take this color and I'd probably really bump it up.
Hi, Yuki Snow.
And do something like this.
Oh wow, that's lovely.
And maybe I'd go down here and I'd darken that. I'd make gradients. Yeah, you wanna add gradients and stuff to your work a lot of the time too. And try to add gradients diagonally from like this corner to that corner, because it makes it more interesting.
Like,
so
gradients automatically add a bit of detail without really doing anything.
Well, that's how real objects are lit.
Wow.
Right?
I want to eat it.
Diagonal gradients. I learned that from Craig Mullins. He talked a lot about diagonal gradients. You can clean this up a little bit.
Yep.
So that's a nice juicy cube. You almost want to eat it.
Man, it looks like a fruit. It looks like molecular gastronomy.
And then let's see. You know, we could go here. We could go a little bit red, and we could add a little bit of a gradient to that top side.
Sailor Looney says, seems easier to just block things in with color.
It's harder.
Because you have to actually have background knowledge of value.
Yeah, it's basically adding another ball that you're juggling. So if you have a lot of experience, then sure. But it's like juggling. You have so many, like, I'm thinking about perspective, dimension, I'm thinking about the angle of lighting. If you don't know how to do all that stuff, like if you can't do this effortlessly, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. But you can definitely try.
Yeah. The way how I think, the way how I sometimes color, like, and just color our characters and stuff is, I think, okay, what's my lighting? Is my lighting affected by a colored light, or is it just like a neutral white light? And then I think, okay, it's gonna be a neutral white light because that might show the color of the skin more naturally. And then I think, okay, if I'm gonna color Naomi, who's like darker skinned, I don't really think of like her, like what type of brown is it? I think, okay, black and white first. I think, okay, is this a 60% brown or 70% brown? Oh, not brown, 60% gray or 70% gray? 70s, the more, the higher percentage of gray it is, the more you add black. So like 60 or 70% gray is like pretty dark. And then I'm thinking, okay, now I got my value. Now what kind of brown is it? Do I want a warmer or a cooler kind of brown? Is it more red or more orange? And then I kind of like decide based off of those steps. That's how I like to think of it. And then I just think about that for like the rest of my drawings later on. Ooh, that's lovely. It really makes the colors pop out a lot more.
Yeah. Right, you can do this. You could, how do I lock the layer? Alpha lock?
You can alpha lock it, yeah.
How do I do gradients on? Actually, I don't even really need to. I can just do this. You know, maybe I'll do something like that. So I'm just adding a little bit of tone with a gradient, and I'm giving a little bit of interest of color. So I've got kind of this light blue, and it goes more into like a darker blue, and maybe I could go a little bit deeper blue as it kind of goes down into the left.
But
Might be a
Bozzy
little bit
Comics says,
interesting.
why does it all look so delicious?
It does kind of look
It does
yummy.
look yummy. Whoa. Oh, and I feel like you could really, if you know how to do like texture or materials, then you could like make this like jelly if you wanted to.
So I'm gonna make a shadow, and I'm gonna make it quite blue, and then my shadow, I'll just have it come off of this like that.
Oh, Vio says you can also do a 2-finger swipe to the right on the layer and it'll alpha lock it.
Oh, that's sick.
Nice.
You mean from this menu?
I'm
I
guessing.
think you can.
2-finger swipe to the right. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do it. Wow, that's a lovely cube. Look at how nice it shows up on there.
Yeah, it does show up pretty well. So yeah, if I'm trying to use really vibrant, what are we drawing today? I'm just talking a little bit of how I think about color theory.
Cyber says I'm hungry.
Yeah, if you want to make this a little bit of a reflection, you'd probably go... Oops, I didn't want to do that, did I? I wanted to go to the layer.
You could try eating it, Cyber. Probably won't taste like anything. Ooh.
You know, maybe a little bit of a reflection there.
So just wondering, for people who are watching on YouTube, is there anyone that's new here that have just seen our channel?
Yeah, are there any new YouTube
Because I
people?
noticed that there's 29 people here, which is a little bit more than how we usually have it. So I'm just wondering.
Hello, YouTube.
I will say adding speculars and a bit of translucency to that cube, it'd be really tasty looking.
Yeah, it would very much be tasty.
Oh, no problem, Renee.
There we go. So what you could do...
I think it would taste like grape jelly.
So what I tend to do is I like to make it really interesting, and I might add just a little bit of like a highlight, like right here. Like I've got a light back there that's kind of shining into that corner, into this area. And this will actually really make it pop as well. Add a little bit of ambient occlusion under this.
Ambient occlusion means like no light at all.
Ambient occlusion is what happens in a crack. So the light bounces around and it can't escape. And so you basically get a little dark area. Like that sort of thing. And of course, you know, you could make this more interesting just visually by maybe adding some cut lines. What's up?
NVZ says, yeah, I joined right before stream properly started because the stream showed up at my homepage.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that means you're new, NVZ. That's really cool. Welcome.
You know, you could add like cut lines. And don't forget, if you add cut lines like this, think about your reflections and your material. So I might get a little bit of a specular here. Probably that for that. You might get a little bit of a specular on the edge of that.
Wow.
Trouble drawing things like windows and buildings. This could basically be a building, a red building.
It does look like a Tetris thing, Snaz.
Tetris thing, yeah. I'm just basically adding lines to describe the form, and that's it. It's pretty simple and like primitive. I'm not really doing anything fancy. But yeah, I mean, if this was a building.
Looks like Block Blast. Is that a game, Renee?
Is that a Roblox thing?
What tablet y'all using? Using an iPad Pro 13-inch.
Yup.
Whoa.
You know, you could do something like that. If you want to dent this in.
NB says, yeah, I got the SSR gotcha today. You guys are fun to listen to while I work. Oh, I really appreciate that.
Nice.
Awesome. It's kind of like Tetris, but it's amazing. Oh, okay.
So that could be a door. If you like have a little indent right there. Although you'd absolutely have a shadow. So this would actually cast a shadow, and you'd have it on the ground right here, and you'd have it come up on the inside right here.
What about windows on a building? Cyber asked.
Windows on a building? It depends on what the window's made of. Like, what kind of glass? Is it like darkened glass? Is it on like an office building? Is it just like a standard house?
Danny draws, hey!
Generally, windows are going to be darker, except if they're reflecting something like the sky. I would look at like references of exactly like the lighting setup that you're using. But yeah, if I'm doing colors, I'm thinking in terms of what's the relative warmth or coolness. What's the relative warmth or coolness? Office? That's gonna make, because an office building has a lot of windows, it's gonna act kind of like a mirror, like partially a mirror. So it's gonna reflect the environment around it a lot.
Like if you look at like skyscrapers with a bunch of mirrors, or not mirrors, with a bunch of windows, you actually see most of the sky reflecting.
Yeah, so like this is a very, what's it called? Like a very stylized version, but this is a piece that I did for an animation. And all I did was simplify it like this. I just kind of have these very simple gradients going across it, reflecting the sky. So, super simple. It's very, like, primitive. Did not spend a lot of time on it. I've achieved a lot of depth in the background through layering. Very clean city. This would generally be very gray. Even at night, the windows are going to be darker, but if there's someone inside who's got a light on, they'll usually be lighter. Like, you know, little glow. So that's one example you could have.
Wow, that looks awesome.
But yeah, that's kind of how I would do that.
Bye, Yuma. Have a good night.
Color theory.
So we can put that as a check mark. Perspective and color theory.
Yeah.
There we go. Perspective.
Right. I did made a new layer.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Oh, you usually do it like this, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So perspective.
And color theory is down there.
Color theory. We'll go over that. We can go over more stuff on a different day. 27 people here on YouTube.
Yeah.
TikTok is going down, YouTube is going up.
I know. Can't draw a pose. I can only draw 2 poses. Can't teach you how to draw any pose. Any pose?
Wow, look how small that is on the canvas. It's tiny.
It is very tiny. I think I'll kind of cover poses a little bit, but I can't guarantee that any pose is a little bit.
That's like saying, teach me how to speak any language.
Yeah.
It's like
there's gonna be overlaps with certain techniques, but I think I can't really teach you any pose unless you know certain things like perspective, because like perspective also and camera and all that stuff affects how the body overlays and stuff. I can teach you how to like combine and different forms, like very simple primitive forms to construct your poses. But yeah. What's up?
Sailor Looney, all right, have a good one.
Have a good day.
I mean, drawing any pose is like, teach me how to draw the most complicated object in the world at any angle possible. It's kind of like saying that. It takes a really long time. It takes
very long.
And that's totally fine. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good goal to have, but it's a very difficult. It takes a really long time. Can you say hi for me to the YouTube people? Hi everybody on YouTube.
Hi everybody on YouTube.
It's a very humans are very complicated to draw. They have a lot of moving parts, muscles, you know, come out in different ways depending on the pose. Teach you how to draw any pose would basically be take a lot of anatomy and figure drawing classes and draw people 24/7.
Yeah. If you can't draw running pose like a billion gajillion times.
Yeah.
You'll be able to draw
the same pose from different angles as well.
Yeah. So here I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about expressions, because I know that we kind of stopped in the middle after I took a bathroom break. I drew these eyes here, and the reason why I drew them in different ways is because I just want to show you like how much the pupil or the iris can change the vibe of an expression. This is a relaxed eye placement, meaning it's like you're kind of just resting, right? Your eyes your pupil, or your iris is covered by the top and the bottom lid. So you don't really see a complete circle like this, because that looks a little bit awkward. Instead, it's kind of both partially covered on the top and the bottom. Then you have a more like dilated eye, which means the irises are a lot smaller, and that creates a more shocked look. And then this one right here is more, you're kind of it's like a more open eye. So that means your eyes are kind of like a little bit more extroverted. You'll see the top of the iris, and then the bottom of the iris is kind of just flat. So if you want like a very mature, like mature and relaxing motherly type expression, use this eye shape. Where the pupils or where the irises are kind of just relaxed. If you want a more extroverted expression, maybe you could try this one. So I would say a more relaxed and smiling expression. You could argue that it would have this eye shape right here, but maybe the bottom lids would be a little bit curved up like this. Because when people smile, the lower lids kind of come up like this. And so you kind of want to show that a little bit more in the drawing itself.
Missed you guys. I finally have time to stay on live. Awesome.
Hey, awesome.
Got any way to draw the fox ears? A fox ear is kind of like a bullet cut in half.
Yeah, it's like, this is a bullet. You chop that in half.
It's definitely more pointy though.
It's more pointy, yeah. But we could always add the point later.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just add fox ears onto this really quick.
Yeah. Whenever you want to know how to draw something, try to see it in terms of primitive forms.
Rather than the specific thing.
Yeah. Try to not see things as what they are, but what forms they're built out of and what materials they're built out of. Like,
see,
it's basically just a fluffy half cone.
Yeah, it's a cone that's cut. Looks like that. And then you just attach it to the head. And you'll see the fluffy, and you'll see the little spike on the top, and there's a kitsune.
And that's how it's done. It's just
everything's just primitive forms.
That's why like the rendering class that I teach is so important, and like the drawing, the dimensional drawing, because once you can draw most of the primitive forms well, you can pretty much draw anything you want.
Yep.
Like literally, you can draw anything you want.
And this is also perspective.
Yo.
Anything that's in dimensional, in like a three-dimensional space, is perspective. It's just not your traditional vanishing point horizon line type of perspective.
Mm-hmm. How to get access to that class? That class is going to be in the link on our profile. It's going to be the gold button, or
this link.
It's on this sheet of paper, so you can take a screenshot of that if you want, and go there. That will be my dimensional drawing class is in anime art school. The rendering class is in anime art school, and so yeah, that's where he teaches all this stuff way more in depth.
Unfortunately, I would love to teach everything on here, but we don't have that much time to go through everything. It's very complicated. So yeah.
But we are going to start uploading stuff on our YouTube channel, and we'll be going through bits of stuff and uploading them. So a lot of this stuff that you see, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we're going to start uploading long form content there again. And same name, Draw Anime Academy.
Yep.
And
yeah. I'm going to cover a little bit on how to attach a neck to a head. I think necks are a little bit complicated because like your head, it's like your head is attached to the neck, right? But then like when you turn your neck back and forth, it feels like it's going to move, and you move your neck back and forth like this too, and you're like, how the heck do I draw it? From a front view, we'll just draw front view first because it's a lot easier. Neck sizes will also vary depending on the character. For like your average anime character, it's not going to be super thick like this, especially for this head type. This head type is very delicate and a lot more daintier. It's more like a teenage head type, so most of the time the neck will actually come a little bit lower down the jawline. And you can test different lengths as well, or different thicknesses. Some people draw their necks really, really thin like this, but that feels a little bit too like, it doesn't feel like very structural. Looks like a pencil neck tweenie, whatever. Pencil neck weenie, that's how my psychology teacher used to call himself. He's a pencil-necked weenie.
He said himself was
He said that he was himself. Like he called himself that, which was I always thought was really funny. But anyways, I totally get it though because the neck's like a pencil, right? Anyways, it's one way that you can attach a neck. If the more masculine a face is, more blockier a face is, and more manly and small and has a lot of features. Bad head, sorry. The thicker the neck will be, especially if the guy's very muscular. If you want to attach the neck in a 3/4 view, understand that it's kind of like a cylinder that's not facing straight down like this, but rather a little bit more diagonally. And this, of course, depends on like if your body is tilting this way, because you'll actually see the diagonal lines right there, or if your head is shaped this way, and it'll be a little bit straighter. So it depends on like what position your body's in.
Okay. Sea Angel just says brush. You may have sent another message that got blocked by TikTok. If you want the brush, you can get it for free on the link on our profile. Danny says, it's me again, finally got volume 1 of your book. It arrived today. Awesome. Glad you got it. Hope you love it. Ricky says, I often hear about cell shading. Can you explain what it is and how it works? Yeah, absolutely. So, lighting and shadows are both soft and hard. A shadow can have a hard edge, which is like a sharp line, and a shadow can have a soft edge, which is like a fuzzy line. Cell shading only has hard lines. So it's basically a simplification and does not include soft lines. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. So it's a simplification, and it doesn't have very many gradients, and it doesn't have... I don't know what you're doing exactly.
I'm just doing a little soft edge versus hard edge.
Oh, okay.
Look, I need to find the airbrush. There we go. Soft brush.
So yeah, that would be a soft
edge.
Soft edge.
This is a hard edge.
That's a hard edge, but the top one's not cell shaded. No. Cell shading would generally have one value.
Just two values, like light and dark.
Yep, light and dark.
So like if I were to draw like a skin tone, or paint a skin tone,
yep, and
cell shade it, all I would have to do is just take my light, take a dark value, yep, hard edge.
That would be cell shading.
Yep. It's just like a very simplified version of rendering.
Yeah, and I think they do it. I don't know the exact history of cell shading, but from what I believe, it's basically just an easier, faster way if you do a whole bunch of art for like anime and stuff like that.
Occasionally you'll see a highlight or a specular like that.
Hey Cherry, how's it going?
Hey Cherry. What canvas size would fix the pixelating?
Probably
in the thousands.
Yeah.
My canvas size is 5,000 by 6,000 pixels. I used to use a canvas that was like 600 by 800 pixels. That was way too small.
Awesome, Miley.
Hey, swag.
How's YouTube been today? Good connection? Solid? How's the stuttering? Not too bad? It looks okay to me. Not too bad. That cylinder for the neck attaches to the top opening of the rib cage, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like the rib cage will be in here.
Yep, and it's tilted forward as well.
Tilted forward, yeah.
Should I change my Discord username back? That's totally up to you. Totally up to you.
I'm not sure. Let me think. Clothes. So I have 3 more topics left. What do you think? Should we go? The 3 topics left is clothes, shoes, and anatomy tips. Colin, what do you think?
Huh?
Shoes, clothes, and anatomy tips.
How about Minecraft? Minecraft and Minecraft.
Minecraft and Minecraft?
I don't know. Number 1 Tails fan. We're streaming to YouTube right now. This is all recorded, so you can go watch the hair stuff on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So all of these are also on YouTube. It's live right now. You can actually just back up the stream and go watch that. Minecraft anatomy. Y'all don't want Minecraft anatomy because you know what that means. More boxes. And y'all hate boxes.
I think I'll just cover these, like, I would cover anatomy really quickly.
Clothing.
Clothing. Maybe I'll do some clothes and anatomy. I don't know if I'll do shoes today.
Oh, I gotta text.
So I will.
I gotta text JP and Hannah.
Oh yes, because I don't think we're going there tomorrow. If you want to draw anatomy, you want to draw it well. I think the first thing you should think about, and this is something that helped me a lot, is understanding the form underneath the anatomy. I'd say that if you want to draw better people, first think about proportion. And we cover a lot of proportion throughout our streams, so like you can always watch those again. I don't know if I'll cover it today. Proportion and volumes. If you get this, you can do anatomy on top, because anatomy and muscles is just volumes on top. So I'd say what really helped me with drawing people in general and adding anatomy on top is actually not even doing muscles. I actually just simplify the body into basic boxes and cylinders.
That iPad's actually pretty fun to draw on.
It actually is really, it's quite smooth actually.
Yeah.
So like all I'm doing right now is I'm simplifying the torso into boxes.
I love perspective so much. That's good.
Yeah. And this is also perspective. It's just not 1.2 point. It's just kind of more intuitive.
Well, it's 2 point, but
it's 2 point. Yes.
It's like intuitive.
Yeah. You know, then the arm. You know, I decide where I want to. What direction do I want this to be in? Do I want this to go in the back?
Happy sad face. Hey, I think I remember you.
Yeah.
How's it going? So close to head pats. Nah.
Wait, was it? Wait, hold up. I remember. Wait, I need to remember what we called you. Was it to start with a V?
I don't remember. What
Fin?
pencil and tablet program do you use? It's Procreate. Fin?
Is it Fin? Flynn? Fin or Fin?
Something like that.
See if we got it right.
I love how you automatically keep my iPad awake out of the side.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I know.
background studies is something. How I wish my art teacher taught instead of just telling us to do art. Yeah, it's
I would say the very simple answer is just to do art, but sometimes it's like people want to know the how.
Yeah, if you want to get good at art, just being told to do art, not a very effective strategy.
Yeah.
I forgot I can't contribute to head pats now.
Oh. So here you can just see that I'm just drawing the arms and the torso in just really simple figures, simple shapes. And then once I'm happy with it, then I can add anatomy on top. But I think if you don't know how to do this, you're not going to be able to draw anatomy as well. It's going to be more difficult, I should say. So I know that this is really boring, but this helped me so much. And by the way, I'm not really drawing this with the correct proportion, so that's why it's a little bit wonky. But whatever. You'll get the point. Kind of just thinking, what kind of direction do I want all these cylinders to be in? And this is also establishing perspective in the pose. So if whoever wants to draw poses in perspective, start with this first.
If you want to be able to come up with poses off the top of your head, draw a lot of poses from observation. Go around Pinterest, observe people, draw people. People tend to have a limited number of poses that they do.
Yeah. Because we only have limited mobility.
You know, this is going to be the back view.
Yeah, that's the back view. Or it's probably going to be a different pose. And this isn't really a good box, but it's good enough.
If it's like one of those poses and magical girl poses that you like.
Yeah, I was literally thinking
Were you gonna do that?
I was going to do something like
The
that.
head is like tilted back.
Yeah. And I like to simplify the head as a cylinder as well, because I can see the top and the bottom.
I love simplifying the head as a cylinder.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a really good idea to do that as well. It's very practical.
It's so practical. It helped me a lot with just getting better at drawing. And I would like totally do like a video where I just do this over and over again. That would be a lot of practice.
Yeah. Nope. A lot of people here draw traditional art.
I drew traditional art for a long time before I moved to digital.
Taking pictures of yourself as well can help. Yeah, that can work.
And I think also knowing the limitations of the human body, like your arm cannot bend backwards unless you're a contortionist.
Yeah.
And most people aren't contortionists, so like it's kind of like understanding the range of how arms move, understanding how far legs bend back, and combining all those things will help you to get a pose that you want. right? Like maybe I want the pose, I want one leg bending up and then one leg going straight down like this. And it feels natural.
Yup. And by the way, feet look really good pointed and pulled all the way back.
Yeah.
So Christina's pointed that one and pulled the other one back.
Yep.
Ooh, catchy.
Oh, that's a catchy song.
Not a whole lot of difference between digital and traditional art other than the technicalities of the medium.
Yeah.
A line is always going to be a line, whether it's on a computer monitor or on a piece of paper. Like, it's the same concepts design-wise. A square is a square, whether it's on paper or screen.
Mm-hmm.
A rectangle is a rectangle. A triangle is a triangle.
What names could I call you guys? I'm Christina.
Christina.
This is Colton.
And Colton.
Yep.
Trying to figure out to not draw my art.
I'm guessing you
not draw my art and do the character's front look stiff. I don't really know what you mean.
I think you mean how to not make your characters look stiff when you draw them.
Which do you think is more cost effective? It depends on your goals. It depends on what you want to do. That's what I mean.
A lot of it is gesture, understanding the curvature of the body and the energy. Like for me here, I make sure that I don't really draw a lot of straight lines, and I make sure to keep my lines pretty flowy. You'll actually notice that even with the arms, there's curvature. So there's curvature in the torso, curvature in the legs. Like the legs aren't completely straight. There's actually 1-2 curves in it. And the more curves you add, the more flowy the less stiff your poses are going to be. That's like, I would say that's the quick answer. Aside from that, just draw a bunch of poses.
Can you draw a sleeping person shape? There's a lot of different poses that people sleep in. It's basically just someone laying down.
I mean, if you want, a sleeping pose can be like, they're like a fetal position.
Yeah,
where
there's so many.
Where their rib cage, I mean, either way, it's just a combination of combining rib cage and torso movement. Is it going to be in the side view? How are the arms going to be overlapped? Are the legs going to be going up and down like this? I would say focus more on like how the torso is positioned, because you can really pose I would say like any pose can be a sleeping pose, to be honest. Like
a lot of poses can be.
Yeah, like
a lot of poses are based on like the context.
Yeah. Like I can literally just like twist the torso like this in the front, have the arm going like this and like that, and just close the eyes and be like, he's sleeping. Doesn't have to be, maybe one leg is bent this way and one leg is bent the other way. Now they look like a very chaotic sleeper.
Yeah.
It's kind of the story behind the pose.
And if you add like,
context, like a pillow, or like the arm like smacks onto someone's head, that's even more chaotic, right? Any pose is a sleeping pose if you're hard enough. Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
And then these two look like they're sleeping in the same bed. But I'd say that if you cannot do this, you can't add anatomy on top. So I'd say focus more. I know I technically didn't really answer anatomy tips, but this is my main tip because that's kind of the foundation behind the anatomy. So I'd say try this. And because you know why? Once you know how to do this, I use the same process to do this illustration right here.
Yup.
This is just a bunch of the same thing, but just add more detail. Like I'll just zoom in a little bit. Like if I were to just draw right on top of this.
How well does that show up on TikTok? Let me see.
I don't know. This is just the rib cage.
Regular check.
Regular check.
Who's here? Who's our regular? Who's here? Oh yeah, it shows up pretty good.
Well, that's good. See? Rib cage, pelvis, cylinders for the legs. If they're in the correct proportion, you don't have to worry too much about muscles too much.
A lot of regulars, huh?
Nice. See? That's what it looks like underneath.
Everyday, Fox, Dahlia, Sigma the First, Renee, hello.
So maybe one more topic that I'll cover is clothes. And then maybe we'll wrap up the tutorial part.
Spider-Man, Mysol, C. Hello. Lure, Vio, a lot of regulars. Dang, I'm feeling a cheeky little Minecraft tonight. Like hunting. I want to get a really cool spawn area and a little area built out. Danny draws, swag. Is this going on YouTube? It is already.
It's already on YouTube
at this point. So no more VOD channel because it is already automatically uploaded onto YouTube as we speak. You can even rewind the video right now if you want. That is the amazing thing about streaming on YouTube, is if you're watching on YouTube, you can actually just back up the video.
Yep.
This is the crazy thing about YouTube streaming, all right? Here's our stream. This is it live. Whole stream. Right there. See, there's an hour ago.
Wow.
So you can just rewind it whenever you want. It's so much better. The lives are always saved on YouTube. If you go to our channel, there's going to be a lives tab. Subscriptions. Draw Anime Academy. Yep. So this is what it is. Here's our home. You just click on live, and here's our past live streams. So that's our main channel. Draw Anime Academy. It's so good.
So you just saw me draw a human, but now I'm gonna add some clothes on top. And I'm just gonna do like a very quick overview. I think to draw clothes and draw them effortlessly, it's always to understand what's underneath the clothes. I know, anatomy, same thing with clothes. If you can't draw what's underneath, you can't draw clothes on top because you don't understand it. Clothes isn't just about folds, it's also about how much of the body does it wrap around. If you're gonna draw like tighter clothes, it's going to wrap around the body a lot more. Oh, you finished your coffee?
All gone.
All gone. Why does that sound so silly? If you don't, you can understand where folds are, but if you don't know how to connect cylinders together to make an arm, you can't draw the clothes on top. So I'm gonna just draw like a really simple sweater on top of this mannequin, and you'll see what I mean. I'd say a lot of folds also come from certain areas, like there's always gonna be like a fold area, especially in joints. I think that if you want, you can mark out all the points where it's very important to add folds. So I'm gonna mark out all my folds on the shoulders and on the arms.
Yes, we are married. We've been married for 4 years.
Yes, they probably asked because I kissed you. Oh, sorry, I smacked you too hard, but I can't resist.
Palm printing, yeah.
So here, I like to actually just draw like the overall silhouette of the outfit because it helps me to visualize how big the shirt is. So I'm gonna make like a more, like not super oversized shirt, probably up to like the pelvis area. So with shirts, depends on how loose they are. If they're loose, they're actually gonna cover the body pretty much like in a straight line. It's gonna be like a very boxy silhouette. This one, I'm going to add a little bit of compression because I want this to be like kind of form-fitting, but not like super form-fitting. I want these sleeves to be a little bit baggy towards the end. So this all is just like a bunch of shapes. Wow, the computer's going on overdrive.
Yes, it is.
Here's the neckline, or here's the collar. Folds will usually appear in these creases because there's action going on. And usually these folds will have like this kind of triangular shape to it. And they all converge at one point, and there's also overlap. So think of it also like hair, right? I love baggy sweatshirts. I do too. I love it. Then seam lines also occur and also like add more folds to it. I think for sweaters especially, there's always going to be some sort of compression happening in the wrist area because there's always going to be some form of cuff. So that's where the fabric stops and bunches up. And there, the cuff follows the wrist, and that's a cylinder or a box. So like a cylindrical box, I should say.
Very nice.
And then compression folds in the waist because when you bend over, the cloth like bends and overlaps over each other. Compression at the bottom because there's going to be another one of these in here that will suck the fabric in.
Minecraft gameplay, wait, I have homework to do.
Finish your
Minecraft
homework
ain't
first.
waiting for no one, I can tell you that.
Yes, oh wait, someone asked if we're right. Yes, we are. When drawing characters, is it good to have the eyes and hair close to the same color? It doesn't really matter, actually. I mean, eyes and hair, like there's blonde hair and brown eyes. So there's also blue hair and pink eyes.
There's also no hair and green eyes.
There's also no hair and green eyes like you. And I'd say, now this is also completely dependent. If your hair is naturally blue, your eyebrows will also be blue, unless you dyed it brown. So like, for instance, a character can have naturally brown hair, but if they dyed it, the eyebrows would remain the natural color unless they dye it, and then the hair would remain the dyed color. So that was something that really confused me at first, because I used to think that all eyebrows were going to be black, but that only depended on the character. If you know, because blonde hair people naturally have blonde eyebrows. That's something that I was confused about at first. But it really just doesn't matter what kind of colors you make it. I think there's common color combinations, like black hair, red eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes, red hair, green eyes. Fictional ones could be like pink hair, blue eyes is a very common color scheme, stuff like that. Oh, and then I just want to mention one more thing for pants. Once again, depends on the bagginess of pants, but if you want to draw like dress pants and stuff, dress pants will generally be pretty skin tight around the top of the leg, and then it kind of drapes loosely at the bottom, so you'll actually see it get thin and then kind of turn into like a cylinder at the bottom with a pleat in it. And then of course, because there's folds in here, there's going to be some compression.
So
there we go.
I just remembered.
Go ahead.
So YouTube, everybody on YouTube right now, at the beginning of stream, we actually got this.
Nice little scene.
We got that little scene right there. So we're actually going to start our stream on YouTube a little bit early. And it's just going to say stream starting soon, and I'll have music playing. And then when we're ready to start, we'll do that. So you probably noticed if you were on YouTube early. TikTok going to stay the same. Y'all don't have to worry about it. I also want to make a little BRB, or Be Right Back scene.
I think I covered all the topics that I wanted to cover.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I'm ready to wrap up.
I so want to finish this. I want to make this my wallpaper.
Do it.
But I want to finish it while like I'm doing on stream. But
On stream, yeah, it'll get done.
I know it'll get done. It just takes a while, and I'm impatient.
I saw y'all. Would y'all ever want to add chat to that screen? I would like to. I actually
in some way, I would love to.
Don't exactly know how. It's probably pretty easy. It's probably pretty easy, isn't it? What would it be under? Browser? No. Audio input application, audio capture? Nah. I'm not sure. It's probably a plugin. Love this illustration. Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you. It's been a while since I did a multi-character illustration.
Making a new OC with light purple eyes and darker purple hair. That's fun.
Nice. That's gonna be fun. I personally really like monochromatic characters. They're really cool.
Yeah. Are you gonna play Minecraft after stream? If so, I'll finish up my homework. Yeah, I'll probably play a little bit of Minecraft tonight. I want to work on the spawn area a little bit. Figure out some stuff. Actually, we might even try some new world seeds because I want to find something kind of interesting.
What's your level of interesting? Just a bunch of variety?
My level of interesting is it'd probably be pretty sick to have like a jungle nearby.
Yeah.
Or something cool, right? Like
volcano.
I don't know if there's volcanoes in Minecraft.
I don't know.
You guys play Roblox? Yeah. We usually do Roblox game night. I don't actually know how to use a custom seed on our Minecraft server. I can reset the seed, but I don't know if I can use a custom seed. It probably could. I don't want like a super internet famous seed. I want it to be, our own.
Personal.
31 viewers on YouTube now.
Wow. Guys, who's new on YouTube?
Yes. So, welcome YouTube. Anybody who's new on YouTube, we are streaming 3 times a week. Not that. 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. We go live here for a couple hours, teach drawing lessons. The streams are also archived on our channel in the streaming tab. So, yeah, if you're new here and you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button because we're going to be streaming a lot.
Yep. And we're also going to be uploading more content on YouTube. Drawing tips, stuff like that. Fun stuff.
Yup. And we're also going to be uploading some YouTube videos soon.
Yep. Okay, I think I finally got the position for the hand or on the arm. I don't want it to look like she's strangling, June. That would not be very good, but I think it looks fine. I think that's good enough.
I want like a sick winter village or something too.
Ooh, Winter Village sounds really cool.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Glad to have you guys on here. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we're going to be going live a lot. Do you prefer YouTube or TikTok? Oh man, that's a hard one to answer, right? TikTok is amazing for discovery. Absolutely amazing. It tells you when people join, so you can call them out. They don't have to comment. It shows you when people are liking the stream. People like the stream. You can thank them for that. They have really easy gifting. YouTube has a much higher stream quality. It automatically archives all the streams, and it's a much more robust platform that I think is going to be around for a long time. Which is why we're doing both right now. I love TikTok though. It's great. We're brand new to streaming on YouTube though. This is only our second stream to YouTube. So I don't know if we're gonna stream 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks and then YouTube decides they like us and they start showing us on people's homepage. I don't know if we're never gonna get discovered and we have to bring people through like long form content. But the YouTube stream looks way better than TikTok. And we're actually able to add a lot of cute and fun overlays on YouTube much easier than TikTok.
I'm drawing Jake now.
Jake. I just scribble something in real quick. No, I'm kidding.
Poor Jake, always being forgotten. He's the butt of joke for a lot of things.
Justice for Jake? Oh yeah, people have been telling us we need to make stickers, and we were thinking of making like a Justice for Jake sticker.
Yeah. I don't know when we're gonna make it just yet, though. I wanted to salute. He's gonna be like a little safety pin man.
Please make this drawing a print I would buy immediately.
Oh, that actually would be awesome. I would love to put this on print.
Yeah.
If it's possible, I would love to. I want to make this my wallpaper because I really like this illustration.
Justice for Jake. I can tell you that in the future, moving forward, we're going to try to improve both of the streams, but I think YouTube's going to be our priority. As of right now. It may subject to change later.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad that we have some new people in here from YouTube.
Yep.
I did not expect that for these streams to come on the homepage for some people.
Loads way better for me on YouTube, but I can't like 4,000 times.
Oh,
yeah, that is a drawback.
That is a drawback.
Once you start posting fairly retentive content on YouTube, then YouTube will start showing your stream to a wider audience. Okay. I know we talked about merch, but I had an idea. Love that drawing, by the way, so I thought it'd be nice on a t-shirt, even just black and white, like, and a QR code in the design that makes you to your site for lore. That would be fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, definitely, as our audience grows, we're definitely going to be doing more stuff that is like merch, stickers, whatever. We want to do cons. Right now, one of our big goals is we want to get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to get a YouTube play button.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah, we got to about 150K on TikTok, and we're feeling pretty comfortable with
making content.
Yeah, making content, who we are as a brand, the vibe. New people here, saw the alert. The art earlier looked amazing. Hello.
Wow, hi.
Otaku Z. Welcome.
Woo. I'm just so glad that people are like new here because it's just really fun.
Yo.
But yeah, we do more than just illustration making, of course. Wow, look at that. Look how tiny he is. He's so tiny.
That's so funny.
See, like, look at all the girls, and meanwhile, he's just like...
I think with 30 viewers, you're already in the top 1% of streamers online.
Oh, really?
You know, that's really interesting. maybe it's true. I think it's probably true. What was I gonna say exactly?
YouTube stuff.
TikTok's really good for discoverability.
Yeah.
So like TikTok will send 500 people to your stream, and if you have a good mechanism for retaining them and those viewers and engaging them and keeping them interested and having stuff for them to do in the Discord server and all of that. We've spent the entire summer basically since June, so basically the last 5 months streaming 3-4 times a week. Hi, I have all the classes best teachers ever, Bruno. All what classes?
All what classes?
I think TikTok and YouTube, or TikTok and Twitch, are really complementary to each other because TikTok's very good for reach. Genuinely just upload 4 or 5 of your old TikToks per week and you can easily get 100,000 in the next 3 months. I have no doubt that you'll be able to hit your target audience in that time. I'm pretty confident in it. A lot of our TikToks are over a minute, so they won't go up as short form. But we could probably do some of that. In fact, I think a lot of people have already stolen our videos and putting them on YouTube. So
I think at this point, yeah.
Udemy classes. Okay.
Oh, Udemy classes. Oh, nice. Glad that you found us there.
Yup.
All right, Jake is done. He was the easiest to line because he was so small, so tiny.
Little tiny
The hardest
Jake.
one is June, to be honest. I just cannot get her loafers right.
I think that's fine. I feel like the back of her loafers come up a little high. It feels a little strange.
I don't like how it should be like that. I think her calf was a bit weird.
I'm gonna subscribe to you on YouTube. I just need to remember my password.
All good.
Should I dedicate time to just practicing poses? That would definitely help you get better.
That helps me. That helped me a lot. Sometimes just focus studies, just like focusing on like the underlying forms of the body and all that stuff is what really helps me. Colin did a lot of those studies on just like on a sketchbook. Like
Yo,
he would
oh my
take-
gosh, so many.
Ooh, don't you have your sketchbook around?
Where is my sketchbook?
I don't know.
Bruh. I don't even know where it is.
Someone said, I wish there was a How to Draw Manga Volume 2 in the ebook. We're gonna figure that out. I definitely want that to be a thing as well.
Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
Love the vibe of your stream. Thank you, Otaku. Gives me the mood to drawing along. I always love it when people draw along to the streams. Like, I think that's what we're here for. So I really like it. Glad about that. So that's what he does. Oh, I really like those.
These are studies from an anatomy book.
Lucky milk.
But I do a lot of stuff like this. I do a lot of studies like that. I do a lot of studies like this. I will draw the same exact pose from different angles over and over and over with just a brush pen or a felt tip marker. Like this.
What book? Someone asked on TikTok. We have 2 books.
Yep.
One of them is drawing characters, anime characters, and one of them is how to draw anime, like the basics. So we'll show that in a little bit.
So these are all my sketches. These aren't to show anybody. These are just
For practice.
practice sketches. Like I'll just fill up pages and pages and pages with this kind of stuff. You'll see that I really focus on like the ground plane and making the person feel like they're in 3D space. And not all of them are accurate, right? Like this leg's way kind of weird, but it's just practice, right? This kind
I
of
love
stuff.
this one. This one's wonderful.
I like to cycle through different colored markers because I get bored quickly. Here's a lot of them.
Ooh. Colton, you always say that you're not good at drawing people, but look at those legs. Look at those legs. Drop it down a little bit.
Drop that down.
You need to see that. Look at that nice flow.
It's silly.
You're good. You're good at drawing people. I'd say, honestly, you're kind of better at me than drawing people in some ways.
I don't know, maybe.
I think I'm better at making them look more aesthetically pleasing, but I feel like you understand them a lot more.
Yeah, so same exact pose, multiple angles. I filled literally an entire sketchbook with this kind of stuff.
I think this is a sign.
This entire sketchbook is full, and oh, you don't want to see the beginning stuff. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, wait, that's what I did. That one's...
That's it, you did.
Wait, wait, but you did this one. That one
Probably.
looks like yours.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
those are lovely.
I don't show these to
No
anyone,
anatomy.
really, although I used to show them on stream sometimes. Crap, I should start doing these again.
What's at the beginning? Probably not very appropriate.
Badly drawn
Well,
stuff.
yeah, well...
Oh no.
Well, they're not badly drawn. That's part of your practice. No, never mind. I thought that they were initially like nude figures, but
No.
there isn't.
I'll show you something crazy. So, I really practiced a lot of drawing anime. And so when I started drawing anime again, my stuff looked like... Oh no.
Oh my, yep, I remember that. Well, that was just like...
My stuff looked like this. It's so
technically,
bad.
It's not bad. I mean,
It's
like,
so bad.
I can see a lot of like some manga styles.
And then a couple months later, after I had practiced more, it looked like that. Oh, I love that piece.
Oh, thank you, Flower. Says, I love your art style, Christina. I want to study it. Oh, thank you.
Oh, there's Mika.
Personally, I think my style looks kind of generic.
I love Miki's feet.
I like Miki's little feetsies. I like the little toesies.
But yeah, Abby.
That's Colton's character.
But just a couple months before this, I was doing stuff like that.
Well, like, I think you understood a lot more of the face shape.
Oh no, there's these ones. We could tell I was trying to understand the form. I think I did this one, didn't I? That
Yes,
one?
you did those. Yep, you did those.
Mm-hmm. That one on the right's not too bad.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah, Christina's are very, very good at anime type stuff. Oh, the
Drawing
wiener
all my
dogs.
life. The wiener dogs. Oh, that's cute.
Bro, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that guy. He got
Thick.
a booty on him. Oh my golly.
Yeah, the progress otaku. That's for sure.
Yeah. A big... Well, this is basically an entire... Oh, the skulls.
Well, that's another reason why we created our art school is because there's just so much foundation that people don't know.
Yeah.
And all that stuff is like... Well, Colton, you rarely drew anime, but because you knew the foundation, anime became a lot easier. You were able to learn it pretty fast.
Yeah, I hadn't drawn anime in like 10 years.
Okay. Alright, I think I am done.
Honestly, the first ones aren't that bad. They're not that bad.
No, they're not bad at all.
No, they're not that bad. It looks like someone who's experienced with drawing who has no idea what anime is supposed to look like.
Guys, I think I'm finished with the line work.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm finished with the line work.
What about
that
this?
took forever. Huh? Oh crap.
Are you gonna leave it air?
I'll just kind of imply it. I don't have to line everything. I can't wait to color this. I'm just so excited. I just want to like get this done. Okay. Okay, there's the foot. And actually, her foot's not supposed to be there.
I need that super rough.
At this point, this is just kind of like a draw with me session.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. These are really... Oh my gosh. This is my art from 2013.
Guys, you want to see Colton lore?
This is 2013 art.
Is that Nikki, by the way?
No.
No. This is a random.
2013.
That's fun.
10 years ago. That's funny. There you go. 2013 art.
I love this. This is so charming.
How long is that ago? 11
I mean,
years.
it's kind of, that was 11 years ago. Guys, if you guys think that y'all are horrible,
I have hope.
yeah, have hope because this is where you started with. And my art was back then was also pretty bad.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
then
yet
that
to
was
find my art.
2016.
Oh my gosh, guys, look at this.
2016.
2016, 2013. You guys, there's hope. If you know the foundation, there's hope.
Yeah. So that
It's
was
like time travel.
that was a
yeah?
couple of really hardcore years. But yeah, 2013. I forgot about that.
Wow, I didn't even know that one
I
existed.
didn't know it was on my iPad. Oh, there's the building that I designed.
What building?
This one, the one that I was trying to find.
Oh yeah. From that game, right? Outriders.
Yep.
All right. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to color this. Oh man. Okay. I guess I'll start. I'll just do like a very basic. Wow, this is all the line work. Okay. This line work took a few days, but that's just on and off.
Oh wow, these are really old.
Guys, so this was a sketch.
Remember that one?
Oh, I love that one. I loved that one.
Giving me motivation. Oh no.
This is what foundation does to you. So this was a sketch. Really rough. This is the line work.
Very nice.
Things kind of changed here and there. I think June looks a little bit big on her legs. She kind of
June
does.
looks a little bit big in general.
I think she does. I need to make her. I supposed to do? Okay, I'm just gonna make her legs. I'm gonna
I
make
don't
her
even
legs.
know when I made that. Look, this is when I started making like anime-ish background looking stuff.
Yes, I remember those. That was before FZD.
Was it? No.
so.
There's no way this was before FCD.
Hey, Seraphim. Time for me to not procrastinate on backgrounds. Yes. Colton lore goes hard. That's funny. Do you guys have character sheets for all Anime Academy OCs? For all of these characters, yes, we actually do. It's actually in our. If you go to our Discord.
Remember these?
Oh my gosh, I remember that. So it's in our character reference thing on our Discord. It's on info board, character references, and I posted all of our character reference sheets on here. If that's what you're referring to. So this was Jake. This was Naomi.
Guys, I have to go. Bye. I had fun. Awesome.
Bye.
Hope to see you again.
This one's June.
I did not mean to put a question mark. It's all good. Almost done with my homework.
Kira.
Hopefully it's all correct.
And then there's Miki and Miko up here. So this one's Miki. And this one's Miko. So yeah, those will be in the character references.
I did these in Art Center.
You did?
Remember these?
Oh, I love that. That was in Shay Shat. No, that was in Sean Hargreaves' class, right?
No, that was in
that?
Ahmed's class.
Oh, it was in Ahmed's class.
Yeah.
Really? Those look really cool. Show that on screen.
Here's some of my Art Center stuff.
Art school.
Yeah.
Concept art
I
school.
did both of these. I like that top one quite a bit. That one's
I really
fun.
like that one. That one looks really nice. Simple primitive forms.
Simple primitive forms.
I think all the windows and stuff is just detailed. It's just, if you know how to render a box or a cylinder, you know how to do this.
Yeah, they're just graphical shapes.
Yeah.
Dang, I completely forgot. I've done a lot of art.
You have. And you say you never improve. Okay. Oh crap, I'm really gonna have to make all these smaller. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make Tira, Naomi, and June, that group, just a lot smaller. I think that's the only like quick way to save it rather than going in and stuff.
Don't have faith in your art.
I know, I keep telling him to have faith in his art, but he always says he's horrible. Which I think,
sketching again, honestly, in sketchbooks.
yeah.
I think that's probably what I should do. I should do a bunch more of these stinking poses with this little dude right here. This little duder. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We should probably wrap up kind of soon.
Yeah.
Is anybody on the Minecraft server right now?
Okay, that looks a lot better, but I should have. Okay. And this will be easy to fix. Erase that. Erase that. I'm ready to wrap up whenever.
Sounds good. Melky. I love Melky's art.
I know,
It's
Melky's
so
art is so
cute.
much fun. It's so nostalgic because I love hard catch and I love the pretty cure style.
I can't wait for Fox's Nico to be finished.
Yeah, I can't wait for that either.
Fox, if you don't finish that, you're finished
Oh no.
as a mod.
Chop chop, Fox.
Can Bedrock players join? I'm gonna be installing a mod that allows Bedrock players to join at some point in the future. Shook. There's nothing to worry about because you're gonna finish. Literally, nothing changed, unless you weren't planning on finishing. Yeah, it's called oh crap, what's the mod called again?
Sorry,
You all right?
got something caught in my throat.
Need a drink?
Yeah.
I don't remember what the mod is called, but it allows Bedrock players to join Java. You better. I'm a Bedrock player. I guess June is my Oshi now. What is that? Awesome, Crits Can. Glad we could be background noise for you cleaning and
Oh
Mama,
my
I'm
gosh.
drawing Ray. Danny, nice.
Ray, that's that's a really cute nickname. I'm gonna go with that at some point. Danny is very good at nicknames. She nicknamed Miki Beaky. And then, what else? Miko Nico. And, what else was there? Tira Baby.
Oh yeah, Bun came up with Colton Dookie.
Yeah, Colton Dookie. That was.
That's ruthless.
That is ruthless, but you love it.
Do I?
I think you do.
I
You
think it's
use it all the
hilarious.
time. You always say like, oh, I'm gonna take a Colton Dookie. So you use it all the time. Okay, where the heck am I drawing now?
How do you make a character skin on Java? You do it online.
Yeah, I think I went on a website and I just drew. I think it allowed me to draw on the Minecraft skin, and then I just uploaded that as a PNG, and like I don't know. I forget. I forgot how to do it. It's been a long time. It's been a hot minute.
So a little bit about our Minecraft server. It's for our community members only. There's not enough slots available where everybody can invite all their friends to play on it all the time, because having a Minecraft server online is kind of expensive, and I don't want everybody going out and inviting all of their friends and filling up the whole server, and then it lags and us regulars to the community can't play. So there's a whitelist. If you're part of the community and you want to get whitelisted, I have a list of people that are allowed on the server. You can message in the Discord channel to get whitelisted. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's brand new. And we're gonna be setting up spawn and stuff like that pretty soon.
Okay. I think the other thing that I really need to add is June's hair. Colton, how do you think that June's hair would be?
Flowy and pretty.
I know, flowing pretty, but should it overlap Tira's body?
Maybe a little bit if you want.
Okay, I wanted to. Maybe like this.
That could be fun. You
Yeah,
like that?
I think like that is good.
30 viewers strong on YouTube.
Honestly, that's pretty good.
Appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah.
If you have friends who like to draw, please let them
Share.
know about us.
Yeah. We need more YouTube
Yeah,
people.
we're really trying to grow. We're going to be streaming. We're going to continue to stream consistently for the foreseeable future. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Lots of educational content. So yeah, right now we're really going to push hard on building our YouTube channel.
Yep.
That's
we had our
the big
TikTok
thing.
era. Now we're going into our YouTube era. But we're still not going to forget about TikTok, don't worry.
Yeah, I love TikTok.
I love TikTok. I like the discoverability on there.
Oh, she is something like being a fan of someone. Okay.
Oh, okay.
How is the delay on YouTube? Theo, or anybody who's on both streams, is it still 20 seconds? I may have forgotten to reduce it. It's around 15 to 20. I can reduce it. However, if I reduce it to like really, really low, the video uploads won't be as high of quality. How do you get motivated to draw for so long? Christina's magic.
I always just saw it as fun. There's some things that I don't find as fun, but for the most part, I like what perspective,
Like backgrounds.
like backgrounds and perspective. I don't find that as fun, so it's harder for me to stay consistent. But with drawing people and stuff, I always found that really fun, and I never really thought of it as a burden, or like I rarely have this like, oh, it's just not good enough. I think back then it was just because like when I was a kid, I just drew all the time, and I didn't really care if my drawings turned out bad or good. I just wanted to draw, and I feel like that kind of carried on while I draw now. So if you can find that childhood spark or the reason that you got drawing and eliminate all expectations, that usually helps me to keep motivated, because I don't necessarily think about the future in terms of drawing. Like, I just draw what I like in the present. So like this drawing kind of just came out as an idea, and I'm like, man, I want to finish this, but I'm not thinking, oh, this is what I want it to look like. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna see how far I can take it. And so that helps me to kind of be in the present when I'm drawing stuff like that. Magic. So hopefully that answers your question. That helps me, but it might be different for you, because not everyone's the same.
I think the stream and delay is okay. I don't think it's that bad. It's like 15-20 seconds. I could definitely reduce it though. I want to see how that affects our Whoop, I just knocked the camera. See how it affects everything. We're streaming at a, what is it now? 4,500 bit rate?
Yeah.
Our internet here sucks sometimes, so I don't want to stream it at... I could try like 5,500 bit rate. If you're watching the stream right now, what's the res? Settings, 720. Wonder if we could get that to 1080.
Oh, I'm glad it does help a lot. Yeah, I know, Kritscan. Your username is very I would say it's very unique, and I really like it. It's very iconic. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to draw this hair. I think another thing about drawing is that it's a lot of problem solving. So it's like, okay, well, how is the hair gonna be overlapped over Miki, or like how is this hair gonna flow now because it's being blocked by other things? So like a lot of it is just figuring out how to solve that problem in a visual sense.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it is like a puzzle. Like how to make it flow nicely, because I really like the shape right here. So I'm gonna try that and fill in, see how that looks. It's just gonna be a little bit difficult.
June has pretty long hair.
She does have pretty long hair. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna draw this whole, cover the skirt, draw the hair over on top.
I think it's good there.
Yeah, I think it's good there too.
Hello again, Kira.
Hey, Kira.
We're probably gonna wrap up here pretty soon.
So whoever's finishing their homework, wrap it up.
Yeah, so true. Having high expectations only ruins your art progress. Yeah.
It really does.
It's like, that's one of the biggest things that burn people out. That happens to Christina with content creation.
Oh my. Yeah, I still feel that way.
She's afraid to do videos because they might not do well, and that's how people feel about art. Like
or
they're like, why draw? It's not going to turn out good anyway.
Or like, why post it? Because it's not going to turn out good. And it's like, I think like for me, I need to kind of transition away from that mentality and just be like, if I'm going to make a video, if I'm going to make YouTube videos, I want to make videos that I think are helpful, not about if it's perfection or whatever.
Just chuck it up.
Yeah, just chuck it up and just see how it does. And I think it kind of stemmed from how I used to make videos, where I would put a lot of pressure on myself, thinking like, if this doesn't, do well, then, you fail. and I think I put a lot of pressure on myself back then. And I think it kind of transitioned to now, and I'm like, I gotta break out of that. So that's sometimes how I feel with content creation. Same thing with art. So I totally get it. It's easier for me to say for art because I've always enjoyed it, but with content creation, it's a little bit difficult to transition from that. Okay. Overlap that.
Well, I think that is going to be it for today.
Yep.
I will make sure Christina doesn't draw on this off stream at all.
Okay.
So she's been noodling away on it, and I've been saying like, people want to see it on stream.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for coming. How long have you spent on this piece? 3 or 4 hours.
3-4 hours, like without the breaks. Probably.
I want to play, but I got eat dinner, then homework. Well, I guess you're gonna miss out on the Minecraft of a lifetime. Should have done homework during stream, I guess. Minecraft, yes. Or maybe we'll be on later, I don't know. Alright, thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate it. YouTube, thank you. TikTok, thank you. We will be live Wednesday. We might actually do some off-day streams sometime soon.
Yeah, off-day streams would be nice.
So yeah, thank you everybody. And for those of you who are gonna hop on Minecraft, make sure you get whitelisted.
Let us know.
Yeah, we're gonna run around and have some fun on the server. So, all right, I will see you guys in a little bit on there, and otherwise we'll see you on Wednesday. So have a good night. Do you have any final words?
Enjoy art, I guess. Just have fun with art. That's all we ask.
Bye-bye, everybody.